yeah, just
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the stream. And there we go. I saw the quack before I leave it there for a second. For some reason, those audio sound bites are really tiny on my screen at the moment. I'm gonna increase the size of that one there. We're back. It is Sunday, but it's not just any Sunday. It's the end of the month, which means it's my favorite thing that I do on these streams. As much as I enjoy my Lethal Company Mondays and everything that I normally do anyway, so I'm talking a load of rubbish. But truly, what I love doing is opening booster packs. But this one is a special one as always, because it is the release of GD-04. We are now into the 4th set of Gundam. It is really exciting. Phantom Aria is looking to be a really, really exciting set. And I'm very, very excited to have the opportunity to open it on stream this evening with you all, and just really enjoy the set, really. And there's so many cool new things. But we are having the ad starting literally in a few minutes, so I'm going to let the ad get over and done with, and then we'll just cover all the bases and stuff like that, because there's a few things I want to get through before, and I don't want the ads being in the way in that sense, and it just gets in the way. But besides that, hope everyone is doing well and had a lovely weekend so far. For myself, I've had my Gundam TCG set release event yesterday. Went down to my local, had a great day sitting there playing the new set with some friends. and just not just friends, the community itself. The community is great, and this is the one thing that I really love about Gundam at the moment is the community aspect is fantastic. Everywhere I've gone, there is just a lot of love and a lot of just down-to-earth people that are really into this game as well. And it's just nice when the community like this has grown to a specific point as well. But what's going on with the ads today? Normally they tell me, there you go, ads are starting. We're getting there. But one of the really cool things that obviously I love to do is talk Gundam. So we'll go over some of the bits that we have picked up for GD-04 because we've got some cool stuff. But what we'll do quickly is we'll just mosey on over to my side page, because the side page, I want to talk about some of the absolutely ridiculous gorgeous cards in this set. So I'm going to just try and increase this a bit more, and then my face might disappear. So since we went into GD3, we started getting a new rarity of cards, which was SP. Commonly, these are found in like One Piece boosters and stuff like that, but one thing to take away is just the artwork is incredibly gorgeous. So, per set, like you normally have, you've got your two LR++. We've got Destiny Gundam and Zeong being our two for this set. I can say that one of our local players has managed to open 2 Zeongs in the LR++, which is lucky jammy get you are. We're jokingly saying that you're going to play them in the deck, perhaps just, because you've got 2 of the old arts as well for the Zeong, which we'll go and see shortly. I was like, just build a deck around playing a play set of them, just the 2 LR++ and the LR+, flash it off. But no, I'm sure one will be going into a folder, the other will be definitely traded in. There's one of my personal chases here, which is the Gundam Barbatos Adapt. One of the rares from GD3, but an overall powerhouse in the blue-purple matchup, which I am excited to hopefully get my hands on an SP version of this at some point. And you've got some other bangers as well. We've got Ailstrike from ST4. This is probably, I think at the moment, this is the most expensive card to get at the moment, because ST4 Ailstrike is absolutely ridiculous. It is a great 4/4 blocker. You pair it with just a pilot that's level 4 high, and you just bounce something that's 4 HP or less back to its owner's hand. This has been a powerhouse since day dot. But if we go through the rest, we've got Hello Paladin. You're a bit covered by the. Hang on, let me drop this down so there you go. Chat can go above, and myself can be above it now. Aha! We fixed it. It's going well. We're not into booster because we're waiting for the break, but we're just going through all the gorgeous alt arts that we could be seeing today. I've got 3 so far from the set, which is great from luck from opening booster packs and stuff like that. But we just got this lovely Selected Mercury artwork. Love the comic style, and the art pops, and I've seen it. It looks gorgeous. So that would be one that'd be great opening today. Who knows? We could still get that God pack. Get all the alts. Nice. Well, I'm unfortunately going to leave Lurk on some work. That is a shame, but appreciative that you've joined us and you can lurk whilst you work. But listening to your pulse, you can listen to the excitement of when we hit some really good stuff. But yeah, we'll go through like all these amazing, gorgeous artworks that we could get. And as always, we've got our C++ Destiny, which is the main one for this set. We were not lucky to pull one properly last time when we did our GD3 opening, but hopefully things are changing. We get a C++ today, or not, I'll just get it in a random pack, which was what happened for GD3 with the Ultra LR like I did last time when I was at my local. But yeah, ads are done. Everything else is out of the way. The main thing now is that we can mosey on over to the beautiful page of all the lovely stuff. just some of the old arts, as I mentioned as well, what we've already picked up. So at the booster event yesterday, I managed to get the lovely Turn A alt art, which is just spectacular as well. Sadly, it has got that misprint that we've already had stated from the officials at the Gundam card game. But for now, at some point, I'm sure it will get a revised version. But yeah, we've got some booster packs, some loose ones on top. We've got our 2 boxes of GD-02, and we still actually have, which I did pick up, the ST9 deck, my spare one, because I was fortunate to get hold of a God deck, which is fantastic, which is always great to have all the alts. But one of the other annoyances was that I don't have a full playset of the normal arts. So we picked up a secondary one. Hopefully, and this will be fun statistically, if this ends up being a secondary God deck, I need to go buy a lottery ticket, seriously. But we'll find out when we open this one. But before anything else, one of these boxes today is sponsored. We're back with another sponsor stream, and we are sponsored again by Players Paradise, my friends at Players Paradise. So we talked about them before, but I'm going to talk about them again. They're over in Newport Pagnell, just off of Junction 14 on the M1. If you were fancying a lovely day out with your friends or family and want a fun location, a large location to attend to, where you can play and pick up TCG products, board games, and a large playing space for tabletop games, so you can play your Warhammer or your other plastic addiction games that are coming out. Maybe Gundam Assemble. It's only a few more months until it comes out. It's just a lovely location. I was there recently for Friday Night Magic. Me and my friend went down. He was there for the first time. We were able to enjoy ourselves in the space downstairs with all the other Magic the Gathering players. We've got a local scene for Gundam as well, which happens on the Thursdays during the week as well. So there is plenty of product and accessories. I mean, even Gunpla. Like I said, every time I'd sit there, I'd just stare at the wall of Gunpla. Especially when I was playing Magic the other week, I was trying myself to not buy more because my wall of shame is already about 20 kits deep, but that's a different story. But yeah, one of the best things for the store itself is, like I said, you've got everything under the TCG umbrella that you can think of. You've got your Pokemon, you've got your Magic, you've got Gundam, One Piece. I mean, one of the newest things they've added as well, which is one of the cool things to talk about, is they've now got a lovely singles wall and cabinet now that you can pick up singles and all those nice art pieces. I did see some that I definitely had my eye on. So again, over at Newport Pagnell, just off of Junction 14 on the M1, if you're local or you want to spend a nice day out, they do food there, they've got drinks, so you can easily find yourself situated there for the day and just have a lot of fun as well. So hopefully we will be able to do more in future as well for another box opening. But without further ado, we won't jump straight into the boxes just yet. We're going to see how our luck is with ST9 again. So ST9 has now been out for just under a month now, or just over a month, because this is sort of the break how they do it. They release new structure decks. Oh, it's the moment of, I'm going to just tease it. It's the moment of doubt. So we've got it's like I don't want to. We've got the dice again. We've got the lovely pinkish dice. Oh, it is not another God deck. That is a shame. I mean, statistically, it was not likely that could be the case. But we still get our bonus card, so we can always hope that it is a lovely LR plus. So one of the ones that you can get, which was Freedom, Destiny. It's going to be one of the cards. It's a blue back. So it'll be Sword Impulse, Impulse, no, not Destiny. Sword Impulse, Freedom. I can't remember the others now. Who knows? But without further ado, 3, 2, 1. It is Blast Impulse. One of the commons, which is very nice. It's one of the lovely blockers. It's a 5/3. I do like the artwork as well with the the neon sort of laser beams coming off of that as well. That is very nice. Let's get that in a sleeve, just so it's nice and safe. There we go. Like I said, we're not going to go heavily into the cards anyway, because we've opened them on the last stream anyway. We did. So if you want to, the VOD is still up at the moment. So you can go back and see some of those cards as well. So, first things first. Let's get the box up. I'm going to minimize the YouTube there, because we're going to get some music playing. I'm going to crack into my own personal playlist. Hello, hello. Don't know why it's not picking up just yet. There we go. Should be coming through now. That's the beauty of... should be coming through. There we go. I'm going to turn that down a bit more so it's not overpowering my voice. But there we go. We can crack into this now. What we'll do is we'll do one box. We'll have a little halfway break. We're going to crack open those spare boosters, because what I want to do as a part of this today is, for a lot of you out there that are watching, you might be getting yourselves into the GD-04 release events, especially for the booster events. And what I want to do as well with the 4 packs I've got set aside, I want to take the opportunity to just go over what to expect if you go into your GD-04 booster event, because you're going to see a lot of the cards we're going to open here. But what I want to do is utilize those 4 packs and say, hey, you're going to get 4 packs. How do you look at those packs of cards? And how do I build a deck out of them as well? Because I think at the moment, I've not seen any content out there that talks about how to play it in a booster event. So I want to utilize this time as well to then talk through what you're looking out for and some tips and tricks of how to utilize the best advantage of actually playing in those release events. Because when you really think about it, Gundam is a very straightforward, simple game. Oh, we've got red back, so nothing crazy so far. Right, this is fun, so we're going to get some cards for the first time. But yeah, going into, like I said, with the booster events, what's good? What things do you want to play with? You know, do I take tons of command cards? How many pilots should I play? How many bases should I really be fitting into my deck? Those are the sort of things that we want to cover over. So we're going to kick things off with our first common, which is a level 3, cost 1, Strikes Team Bulwark. It is a dual command, as it's a command that is also a pilot, which you can have Junko Genko, which are a League Militaire strike team. So the main command itself has a main or action effect, which means you either play this in your main phase or action phase during either the combat or the end step of the game. You can choose 1 to 2 enemy units that are level 2 or lower and rest them. Arguably, not terrible. There is still a lot of aggro decks out there, specifically 1U or Rush. There's still Blurpool that's still active. And even there's tons of lot of level 2 or lower units that they utilize. So even something like this at level 3, just to rest them down so you can actively go into them and take them out, is quite good. Would it see much fringe play outside of the current meta? No. I mean, it's a common, so I know where that will have some value. But sadly, again, one thing I always like to say, artwork, even for a common, is stunning. This is one thing that this game does so well, is just even a common card can look great as an art, just art its alone, which is always good. Next we have the level 5, cost-free green unit of Xavier's Gian Hakuji Pax G-Quux. It's from G-Quux series, which is great. I do like this suit in the show. It is a 4/5 unit which links with Xavier, which I believe was in set 2. So a bit of a callback to a couple of sets ago. It's a vanilla unit. There's no special abilities or anything, but you know, it's just good. It's a 4/5. It's a meaty unit. Can't be killed that easily without something smacking into it quite big. Next up, we have a 2/2, 2/3. It is a Shaku, or I don't know. It's a part of the League Militaire group. It's a part of the Zanskare group. Um, again, another vanilla unit. It's a 2/3. Again, to be honest, even in, like I said, we're talking about like booster events and stuff like this. This is why release something like this is great. You can play this turn 2. It's a 2/3. It follows good stat lines. I like the art. Kind of reminds me of like a wasp. Quite nice artwork actually. Can't complain. Oh, here we go. Into one of my favorite meme cards of this set. It's a flat military. It's a 3/2 2/4 blocker. We have another Elfrith from set 1. It is now what I refer to flat white, like the coffee, um, because it's a white unit. We all like nicknames for units. I love them. But that's where it's going to go. There's not much more to say to it. It's a blocker. My disdain for blockers, even though I play them still myself with Wing. Next up, we have a 3/2 green Gundam Dynames GN Full Shield. So Dynames was heavily featured as a part of last set in GD-03 and into the ST8, I think it was. No, ST7 was the Overdrive, which was the Destiny 00 sort of style deck, which is great with Exia and stuff like that. This unit is linked with lock on, and once per turn, if you have a CV pilot in play, when this unit receives battle damage from enemy, you reduce it by 1. And this is one thing that's been interesting this set. Reducing damage is now a thing. We've seen about AP reduction through like Kira and a few other units through the first few sets where you minus the damage that a unit would do to you. Now actually we've got it on the other side where units are taking less damage when they are basically dealt damage. So you could kind of pair the two together and just negate all damage directly, which I'm not playing around with it just yet, but it's something to have fun with. Next up, we have another 3/2. This one is Luna Marie's Gunner Zaku Warrior. It's a 2/4 vanilla. It has a link with a Minerva Squad trait, which is great because Minerva Squad ST9 we just cracked open that box. Everything in there is all to do with Minerva Squad, so this is a perfect upgrade for that set, especially with Shin. Shin being that 3/0 pilot. Let's bring back Shin. He's Minerva Squad. You can shove Shin on this, and it is then a 5/4. At a level 4, I couldn't complain because a 5/4 body is going to do a ton of work because it's going to break bases. It'll break mostly every base that's not a 0/6, which is fantastic. Shin's ability would work really nicely with that as well because then you'll be able to set active one of your resources. And even that 4 toughness still. It's going to take something pretty hefty to kill it. And if anything, Shin is going to then make sure that that unit is taking something out in the prior to it. So, next. I mean, great card. Next up, we've got the Core Fighter. It's a 4/2 uncommon. We're going to the uncommons now. So, while this unit is rested, all your League Militaire unit tokens gain blocker, which is really cool. One of the new things we've got with League Militaire is parts, which is the unit token. It's a 1/1, can't attack the player, but something like that is great because making those tokens blocker would mean that you've got a lot of just ways to just buffer your board and stop any direct attacks to your shields, which is going to prevent your opponent from winning the game. It's a 2/3, which is a bit of a shame of the stat line, but it's got a link with League Militaire, which is great. So it means really most pilots are a cost of 1. So for free on turn 4, you can maybe get a 4/4 at worst, because you've got Uso, that's a 2/1, and League Militaire. So yeah, you can make a 4/4. It's good. It's nothing I want to go crazy for. It isn't Gundam without the original OG 78 Gundam. It's a 5/3. During link, this unit gets high maneuver and it links with Amuro. So Amuro, we all know the blue pilot of problems himself. He'll add 2/1 to this unit, so it'll make it a 6/5 with high maneuver. Will it see play? Maybe. I don't know. Look, Earth Federation is going to become a thing more soon, where people are going to play heavy more Earth Federation overall, and I think maybe a couple of copies of this, because even Amro linked to this high maneuver is very hard to get around. Um, when you think of things like Shah giving high maneuver when he's linked, or you've got things like Wing Zero that has high maneuver. Having units that can't be blocked or that are just going to get through and make sure that the game is progressing are a problem. And again, at 6.5, it'll break most bases. Oh, one that I'm happy to see, because I did not see this at all in my booster openings at the event yesterday, which I was annoyed about. We have Turn A Gundam, and this is a really, really good, just uncommon in the set. A 4-2-3-3, but you have a main activation ability, so once per turn, you just pay a resource, and this unit just gets a +2 AP boost. So effectively, once per turn, you make it a 5-3, and it is just great. You've got either a Militaire or Moonrace link as well, which there's a few in the set. So as an uncommon, this is a pretty decent powerhouse. So in a limited format like the booster events, this is going to be a very, very progressive card for you. Especially if you've got the link, I think this is a very, very hands down good card. We move on to the Gundvola. So I'm happy about this card because I this week have only just finally finished watching Witch from Mercury, both seasons now, and just knowing that we've got all these cards that are linked to the Dawn of Fold and areas like this is great to now know the references properly. Um, because especially these in the show, these are sort of like unpiloted Gundams that are sort of picked up as a part of the. There's a couple of pilots that we might see more of in the set, and they with the Gund format, how the mobile suits work in Witch from Mercury, they control them, and that's kind of where they joke about them being witches as well. That they're using these like marionette puppets and they're controlling them. So these are really cool. It's a 3-2-3-2 unit in green. So when these are destroyed, if it is your turn and you have another Dawn of Fold unit in play, you gain an EX resource, which is obviously what we've seen before. The ramp is a way to increase your level. It's a way that you can then make more stuff on the board. Academy's moving into white-green, which is fantastic. I think it's still niche, but I like where Academy is going, which is fun. And I love artwork of Gondola as well. I think it just captures it perfectly as well from before. So we're moving into our rares. Our first one is Ray Zaburl. Annoyingly, I've still not watched Destiny or have not watched Seed properly, so half of these references I do not get. So I know it's on my watch list of things to do. I've been conflicted in between finishing off 00 or starting this one, so um, it's a 1-2. We had Rowler Crescent in the last set in red, who was a 2-1, so it's kind of a bit of a flip on that one. And then it's when linked, choose one of your ZAF units during this turn, reduce the next damage received by 2, which is really good. It's part of the Minerva squad again, so considering if we thought we had like the Zaku from before, you can make it a 3-6, and then it's choose one of your ZAF units, so you can choose itself. It's really good. Watch, see, damn it, it's good. I plan to. Oh, there we go. Ooh, we've got an LR in the first pack as well. It's not the old art, but we've got Gundam DX from uh, which one is the Vulture one? First things first, we have the nice Destiny resource. It's not the C++ or a C++, but it's always good to get a good hit like this straight off the bat. So we've got the level 8, 7 cost purple Gundam DX. I think it's just Gundam X, isn't it, for Vultures? It is a 6-6 with suppression. It links with Garrod Ran, who was in set 2. Suppression, again, if you're not too clear on the ruling, suppression is when you deal damage to the shields, your opponent's shields. It removes the top 2 shields, not just one. But this one has during pair, when you attack, if you're attacking the enemy player, you may choose 7 Vulture cards from your trash, exile them from the game. If you do, choose one enemy unit or base that is level 8 or lower and destroy it. Absolute beast of a card. I feel that Vultures are going to be making a very, very fringe comeback in this GD-04 landscape, and Gundam DX is leading the route because this thing is disgusting. So, especially if one of our local players decides to dive into that, I'm sure they're going to have a lot of fun. But I'm going to get that double sleeve ready for my folder because I did not open one of those, so it'll be going into my collection. Oh, just double checking there because I got a kit was running past my feet. Right, so pack 1 wasn't too bad. It's great to start things off with a hit. Got another red back. Let's move into it. So we've got Garma's Dop. It's the red league of the Xeon. I've literally just been watching more MSA, Mobile Suit Gundam this morning, and actually we were on the episodes where it was going over Garma in interruption with the Dop and watching Amro try and take it out. But Garma was just a good pilot as well. But this is a level 3, cost 1, 1/1. On deploy, you look at the top card of your deck, return it up, or put it into your trash. So this one's different from the typical old dot. The old dot was a 1/1. You look at the top card of your deck, and I think you can put it onto the bottom. Or is this you look at the place top card? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually physically paid attention to DOP as a card. DOP as a card. Who knows? Someone will have to remind me. Or do I just get the card list up quickly and find it? It's not important. It's a 1/1 Xeon. It links with Garma. Garma is in the set somewhere. There it is, DOP. Yeah, look at the top card, you don't return it to top or bottom. There you go, I was right. This one, you have the choice of putting in your trash. So it's not too bad. It can thin out the deck. If you don't like anything, you can just get rid of it. But nothing too special there. Next up, we have a level 2, cost 2, 2/3 Gundam Exia from 00. It's vanilla, doesn't do anything special. There's no link requirement, so nothing that pairs it with Setsuna. Nothing crazy. It's good early game for CB decks in purple if you're playing that one. Ooh, Esperanza. Interesting card. I want to talk about this one if we do see the pilot. It's level 3, cost 2, 1/4, Vulture unit. It links with Enil L. It has the ability to deploy, if you deploy this unit from your trash, draw a card. So again, Vultures kind of have this idea that you can bring stuff back from your trash. But it's the pilot that's more important with this unit, so hopefully we'll find them. Next up, we have a pilot from Xeon, which is a level 4 cost 1. It is Tokwan. Its ability is when this unit is blocked by an enemy unit that is level 4 or lower, it can't receive battle damage during this battle. Really nice ability considering a lot of the current meta is just completely, well, it's filled with tons of blockers. White blockers are everywhere. I'm not missing out. There is blue and purple ones. Oh, perfect. We've got the pilot. Let's go back to Esperanza. Right. NL is a level 4 cost 1 pilot. It gives a +1/+2 buff. It's the Link Billy. Well, let's talk about this Link Billy. When this unit deals battle damage to an enemy unit that is level 5 or lower, destroy that unit. If you pair it with the Esperanza, it is a 2/6. Big butt. It can run into any unit that is a level 5 or lower. Even if this survives a couple of battles, it will just kill them. Let's say you've got a level 5 unit that's got 7 toughness. This can just drive into it, and it'll kill it. Really fun. Really fun in a limited format. But we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, next up, we have Michael Trinity, a level 4 red cost 1 pilot. Gives +2/+1 to the unit it's paired with or linked with. It has a linked ability specifically. It says choose 1 damage enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. It's really good. I like more red ping, and it's specific to damage enemies. You've got things like Battle of Aces that are very specific to it has to deal damage to a damaged unit already, which is always good. So red CB Trinity is going to be becoming a thing with green, which is fantastic. And what's actually quite nice here, we've got the Gundam Thrown Dry, which is actually one of the link units that you can put with Michael, which is really cool. One of the really cool things with this unit being a 3/3 is it's got the ability here that says when this unit is rested by an effect, set it as active. But it specifically says an effect. It doesn't have to be your effect. It could be one of your opponent's effects. So let's say Gundam Amro comes down and says, I'm going to rest it. Nope. Comes back to being active. So really, really cool unit in uncommon. I don't know if it's going to be crazily played, but I'm hoping down the line there'll be some really cool sort of combat tricks or something. There's Nina Nina Trinity, which we will probably hopefully open, she's got a really cool ability that basically gives the unit support to. You can tap it or rest it to give another unit +2 AP. Due to the effect, it resets itself, and then you can either swing with it or then do the support effect again and effectively give support 4 to a unit, which is fantastic. So again, it won me again. It won me my last game in the GD-04 event yesterday. So I have a lot of praise for Gundam Throne Dry. We got one of our first bases actually, so that's fantastic. A good start. We've got a Boa Ku, is a Xeon stronghold. It is a 0-5 stronghold. Typical situation. The base will be deploy it, add one of your shields to your hand. It says here, while you have a rested Xeon unit in play, though, this base can't receive battle damage from enemy units that are level 4 or lower. Really, really cool. I feel that this might see some play in a fringe. It could maybe be a couple of for 1 year rush or other Xeon decks, because being an aggro deck, Blurple is another aggro deck that can go toe to toe quite nicely. This is a way that this could shut down Blurple slightly. It forces them to deal with their board state first before then going for the shield. So it could be a nice little stall tactic, even if it's like a 1 or 2 copies. Could substitute maybe like a white base if they just want to keep with the Corsica, or vice versa, depending. But I think it will maybe see some fringe play in a certain decks. It'll be interesting to see. We're going to follow up with Freedom 2, one of the Vulture warships. It is level 4, cost 1 in purple. This one is add one of your shields to your hand. Then, if there are 7 or more Vulture units in your trash, you can choose one enemy unit with 2 or less AP and just destroy it. See, again, Vultures like stuff in trash, and they will reward you with cool things, but they want you to have 7 units in there. But again, early game, unlikely. Mid to late game, I can see the ability popping off quite nicely. 2 or less AP, hits flat, Milita, hits the Lirith. Or if you have a way to reduce your opponent's AP on a unit, then it can pop them as well. We've got Psycho Gundam G-Quux, a level 7, 5 cost, 4/5 unit. It pairs with Do. I think it's just Do. Murasame. We've got a during link ability once per turn. When damage from one of your units paired with a Cyber New type pilot destroys an enemy shield area card, you can choose one enemy unit with 5 less AP and deal 2 damage to it. Not much more to say about this. It's not bad. It's got some cool abilities. There we go. Speaking of Nina Trinity, there she is. As we were just saying before, the level 4 cost 1 pilot. She is a 0-3 add-on to unit. So if we go back to our Throne Dry, which is where I was pairing it, it makes it a 3/6 unit with that support too, which is just fantastic and getting just a lot of good value. And especially being a 3/6, again, got to keep getting those units into it and trading. Our second is Ray Zaburo. We've got a second one. So double pilots. I've never think I've had a double pilot pack before. Our next resource is the Unicorn Banshee, which is just lovely. It's a shame this was not the C++ from this set. Let me just get our rares out of the way. So we're going to do a rare pile there, do a common pile there, and then get our hits over there. Our main hits can go there. It's good to get some dupes. Let's get this one open. I think what we'll do quickly, speed things up, get a lot more of these packs snipped ready, so when we can go from one pack to another, because that's what we want. We've got 2 hours of content still to go, and a lot more packs. Like I said, once we get through one box, it's going to be quite easy to speed through anyway. The second one. There we go. First row is going to be nice and quick to get through now. But if there's any, Sundom was fast, so here I am. Well, thank you very much, Chris, for joining. It's lovely to have you. You haven't missed too much. We've got 1 hit so far, which is Gundam DX. We've got no ults, nothing else. We've just been chatting Gundam in general. So we're going to go into, was it pack 3? Yeah, we're in our third pack. Literally, we just know we're starting. Okay, first off, we've got the command card. If you get a fawn, oh, I call dibs. If I get two, then you can call dibs. We've got the command card, Fighting Alone. It is a level 4 one cost. It has the pilot Gal Chan. I think this is the Silver Bullet pilot specifically to link with. It has a main slash action, which is choose. Please, I need it. I know you do for your. I know you need it because you want your Academy deck. You want it all pretty and sparkly. Anyway, main action is choose one friendly unit paired with a new type pilot. It can't receive effect damage from enemy units during this turn. The effect's quite nice. Effect damage can, come from many shapes and form in this game. I don't. It's fringe play, maybe. Maybe it's lost. Oh, I need to have all my No. Oh no. Don't put that pressure on me now if I open it. That's a problem. We'll see. We'll have the talk. Um, Gale-chan is a +1/+1. Um, Personally, it's going to be quite fringe play. The main action is quite good, especially if it works in a more, um, especially in this environment for limited play. I think it will maybe see a bit of use. It could be helpful. Um, if you get Silver Bullet in your Sil pool, this is great because at least you got your link with it, making it a decent unit to go against. Next up, we have the level 4 cost Alvator. Again, it's UN. It's part of a show I've still not got all the information of. Um, it's got a destroyed effect, so if you have another UN slash superpower block unit in play, deploy one rested Avalon unit. Sorry, UN. It's another token. I've got it somewhere. We might see it, but it's a 4 AP, 1 HP unit token, and this one links with Alejandro Corner. There you go. Nothing too special outside of that. Ooh, it is back up one of my favorite commons from the set for a command card. It's a level 3 cost one. Straight up burst. If it bursts from your shield zone, choose one enemy unit, it deals 1 damage to them. And then its main ability is you can choose one of your units. When this unit, when it deals battle damage to an enemy unit that is level 5 or lower, during this turn, destroy that enemy unit. Very much like we had with the where it was the Esperanza, same sort of thing. When it's not like the linked effect with the pilot, it just means any unit can just be able to take out anything level 5 or lower. So you think your 1/1 Demi Trainer could take out an Amaro Gundam Link. That's how you got to look at it. That 1/1 Demi Trainer. You're gonna have to not excuse my playlist. I say it's my overall playlist that I have when I'm driving. So you're gonna get a very eclectic taste in music today from me. So enjoy Aqua, like I do normally. Next up, we have one of my favorite named units in this game, especially for GD-04, is a level 2, cost 2, Dortress High Mobility Command-Wise Wallaby. It is a 2/2 with the Vulture trait. It is vanilla. It's got that Vulture link, which is very helpful, especially as I have, which I did on the weekend. I did link it with wherever she is, Nell. I know where she's gone now. She's gone. I made it a 3/4. I went to a few units and destroyed them with it. It's great. And it's more fun just to keep saying the name to my opponent every time they point at the card and say, yes, it's called Dortress High Mobility Command-Wise Wallaby. Is it the longest named unit we have in the game right now? I think it is. Next up, we have Jim the Third. It is a 2/2 3/2 Jim. It's an upgrade to the previous Jims, like the original ST Jim, which is a 2/1 2/2. We have our 3/2 version. It hits harder, but it's still just as weak. Nice artwork though, with something like that. It's not the longest name in the game. That is a shame. That is a shame. I was hoping it was. Next up, Schlegelor, level 3, 1 cost pilot from the Earth Federation white base team. This one I actually quite like. I really enjoy his attack ability. It's only a 1/1 boost to one of your units, but on attack, choose one of your white base team units. It gets +1 AP during the turn. Sometimes that little AP boost is all that is needed. Speaking of Academy, Al Sanchez's AUE Enact Custom Morella Development Experiment type. Is that in this actual set as well? Or is it just GD-04 is fighting? Yep, this set's gone for the longest names. Love it. Next up we have, it has an alt as well. We would have gone over it as well earlier when we went through all the alts. Next up we have from Witcher Mercury, Ellen Series Enhanced Person number 5. Again, know the backstory of this character now, which is a lot of fun from the show. They're a 1/2 pilot with a during link attack ability. You may choose one of your academy units during this turn. Battle damage this unit would receive is dealt to that unit instead. I think that's a really cool ability. I think it's really a lot of fun, especially if you've got like a throwaway unit that you don't mind just letting it take all the damage and soak him. And it's got a couple of good link targets as well, actually, and especially that 1/2 stat line isn't terrible, but at the same time, I think it's quite good. Next up, we've got the level 2 1-cost command Reformist. Sorry, no, not Reformist. Reformatism. Can't be us. Uh, Reformationist. That's the word. Thank you. We're there now. It's been a long day. I'm tired now. It's got a burst effect, so you can choose one of your units with Transam in its card name from your trash and add it to your hand, which pretty good. Yeah, pseudo first strike's really good. Yeah, pseudo first strike is fantastic on that unit. It has a main/action ability, which is choose one of your units and one enemy unit and just deal 1 damage to them. Double ping, again, at the cost of your own unit taking the damage, you can still take something off the board. Is it great? No. I would rather still run an adapt and ping something instead. But, someone out there might prove me wrong. Oh, I haven't seen this one. Or did I? I just haven't paid attention to it. We have a level 5 free cost unit of Heinz Goof Ignited. It's a part of the Zafta Minerva squad. It links with Hein Western Flus. Is a 5/4 unit for 5/3. Again, it's vanilla. It's got no special abilities or anything that it does. Again, in limited, not a bad unit, especially if you can slam a 1/2 pilot on it, even if it's a pair, make it a 6/6 at least. It will go around and start smacking bases or shields or other units, and it should stay around a few turns. Again, quite a nice action pose on that one. We should be coming close to our rares now. So next up we have the level 4 2-cost Sword Impulse Gundam. So this one's an interesting one. Annoyingly, the light's starting to go now, so the camera's getting a bit blurry. We'll sort that out in a second. It's got a deployability of deal 1 damage to this unit. If you do, choose one enemy unit with 3 or less AP and rest it. This one's quite cool. You've got either the link with Shin or Luna Maria, which either you can make it a 6/3 or it will be a 4/5 between the two, which is quite cool. I think this definitely has some playability in the Zaf Minerva builds as well. So you'll definitely see this in on the table as well in those sort of deck pairings as well, which is cool. But now let's move ourselves into our rares, and our first one is probably one of the best white rares. So I'm saying white rares specifically. Is the level 4 2-cost command Graceful Demeanor. Honestly, the burst ability is to activate the action ability. Choose 1 to 2 enemy units that are level 3 or lower and return them to their owner's hands. Aggro is by far dominant in this format, and this is White's answer to dealing with it. Consider things like Airstrike that has the ability to bounce. This command alone just says 2 of your units are level 3 or lower, put them back to your hand, and this will definitely stunt those aggro players in the pushing to winning the game very quickly as well. So this is definitely going to be played a lot in the current meta that's coming up. So I'm going to say, be prepared for more white dominance because it's coming. Our second rare is another Nina. I'm going to get these ones over again. So we've got 2 Ninas now. We've already gone over Nina. And then we've got a Z Gundam resource as well. So 1 hit still. So we've still got both for ults, C plus still to go. Or we're going to get something else. Okay, we should get something good in this one. There we go. So we've got Sochi Heim, which is a level 3 1-drop pilot. From this one is from the where turn A comes from, actually. This one was interesting. I remember we had this in play yesterday in one of my games, and they placed this on a different unit, and then they had turn A, the 4-2 that we saw earlier. And they activated the turn A, and they immediately thought that this would then give the unit this was paired to the +2 AP as well. And I was like, no, it's specifically worded here. Once per turn, when you pay 1 or more cost for one of your unit's effects, you may increase this unit's AP during this turn by the amount equal to the cost paid. So because they paid 1 to increase turn A by 2, the cost was 1. So the unit that they paired it to, this to, would get 1 AP. They thought it was going to be they copy the same effect. So yeah, very interesting. Sometimes reading the card does explain it, and this one, it is clear, but you can easily be tricked on this one. So that was quite interesting. Like I said, that one came up quite interesting in the game, but didn't change too much. One of my favorite 1-drops in the game. It is the hip heavy. It's the biplane. It's a 1-2. It's just a plane. I love it. The fact is that this is stronger than a dop. Can't go wrong. Next up, we have the command Destined Battle, a 2-1 burst. That when you add the card to your hand, so it's an action-specific command. Choose one of your rested units during this turn, or enemy units must choose that unit as their attack target when attacking. So it was brought up in my locals Discord chat about this card, and someone found an interesting combo with this, which was the Zaku 2 from GD-03, which is the one that links with Bernard for the Cyclops team. Because if that's rested and you choose that target, if it still has the balloons, it's invincible. I mean, obviously you can use effect damage to ping it off the board and kill the Zaku, but unless you had a way to, either use a command card to burn it off the board or use ping effects to remove it, you will just stall the board out on that Zaku. I thought that was quite a cool little trick, and might have to try out with a Cyclops team for a bit of a laugh, but a lot of fun. Next up, we have a level 4 free cost Gundam Zone 2. It's part of the CB Trinity. It either is linked with a Trinity trait or Alial Sanchez. Yeah. It's a free 4. When linked, choose one of your CB units. During this turn, it may choose a damaged active unit as its attack target. Honestly, outside of limited, it's not great personally, but it has some value in limited actually, which I thought was quite cool. Is a downside. It's got really lovely artwork though, but it's not a great unit overall. But that's how it happens. You can get some cool units, great artwork, but just terrible. We have the command card, which is level 2, cost 1, Machine Dull Squad. The pilot that you can get off the effect instead, if you pair it or link, is Michelle Kuhn. The ability on Machine Dull, though, is a main/action, which is choose one friendly Milita or Diana counter unit. It will get +2 AP this turn. Nothing crazy, personally. It is literally just an AP boost. You can use it during the action phase, so you can get a fair trade maybe out of something. Probably find more use in limited format if you're going to play something like that. Outside of nothing, it's not going to be played in the meta, but still a cool card nonetheless. Ooh, interesting. We have the level 3 1 cost green unit, Zacrello, part of the Xeon faction. It has an attack ability of choose one active enemy unit. It gains blocker this turn. Interesting ability. So when it attacks, it's then going to make one of your active enemy units that you're going against into a blocker. So it's kind of forcing your opponent to. I was corrected on the ammo card today. The one that directs to another unit, the attack goes through to what you declare when it goes. I was corrected on the ammo card today. The one that directs to another unit, the attack goes through to what you declare, then goes to the directed one. You talking about the what Destined Battle or a different one? Yeah, yeah, it will still go to the direct one. But yeah, it's a 4-1 unit, very easy to take off the board, but no link as well. So a bit of an odd one, but it's a cheap unit that you can just from the board and just swing in. It's good because you can kind of try and force. It's good as a 4-1. It's either they force and potentially take a trade, or the way it was explained yesterday was that I got stopped from winning though. Or again, it's as long as the unit's off the board, then you can still go. It shouldn't have stopped you from winning. Again, personally, I can't remember what the situation was on the board state yesterday. It's very much until that unit's removed off the board. Next up, we have a new base, which we have not seen before yet. Yeah, that's fine. We'll catch up later on it. We've got the level 4 1-cost red base Trinity warship. We'll sort this lighting out. It's definitely getting darker now, which is a problem. It's a 0-5. It's got the CB traits, which is good in warship. Nothing with warship is helpful with CB. Typical again, it bursts from the shield zone, so it can immediately deploy itself. You add one of your shields to your hand. It's got an activate main ability, which you can use once per turn for 1 resource. You can rest 1 friendly CB unit and then choose 1 enemy unit that is level 5 or lower and deal 1 damage to it. It's not terrible. It's a way it's a way that you can at least start putting extra damage onto units for 1 resource. So in the later turns, you can utilize it. The only downside it is costing you a unit to rest, which then, unless you've got something very much like the thrown dry that we saw earlier, which you could rest it due to this effect, and then because it's rested, it can reset itself. It's very much this is designed for that to get around it, so you can utilize the ability. But yeah. Oh, next we have Ryder Marcellus. So this is a new version of Ryder. We had him in GD-01, but we've now got him in white. It's 1/2, and its link ability is when this unit receives effect damage from an enemy unit, reduce it by 2. This is really good because it pairs with, links with one of the new unicorns, which hopefully we will open today, and it's really good. But obviously, there's a load of units. Riddy, 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 Riddy. Cool. Thank you very much for the pronunciation. I've always referred to him as Ryder. Riddy. Cool. But yeah, hopefully we'll get Unicorn Banshee and we can talk about how cool that is. Next up, we have Rosamia Badham from the Titans. It's I think one of the. I think we've got one Psycho Gundam from outside of the G-Cox one, and this is the only new Titans sort of like character we get in this set as well, which is interesting. But it's a level 3 1-cost pilot. It gives an AP bonus of 2, no HP bonus. When linked, choose 1 rested unit and deal damage to it. Very much in the blue format when you think of things like Guntank, Anxia, works on the same factor, but it's in when linked ability. So Titans have got a few just straight up plain Titans links, which is good, which is fantastic for that format as well. Next up, we have Marbet Fingerhat, a level 3 1-cost pilot from League Militaire. It gives a +1/+1 bonus to your unit that it's paired or linked with. And then this says that all your League Militaire unit tokens get +1 AP, which is great when you keep making parts, which is always something that League Militaire like to do. So we should now be moving into our rares now and LRs. So our first one is the Gundam Curious Transam. It's a level 6, 5 cost, 5/4 unit. It links with Alleluia or Hallelujah Haptism. It's got a lot of text here, which is why it's going to be harder to read. So while you have a red super soldier pilot in play, this unit gains first strike, which means this unit attacking, it deals damage before the enemy unit. While you have a green super soldier pilot in play, this unit gains breach free. So potentially you can set this up so this is then a very, very aggressive unit with both first strike and breach free, which unlike other units that have first strike, that some units that gain first strike is more when it's linked. So I'm thinking of like the ST6 G-Quux. So when it's linked, it gets the first strike on the first turn. But as long as you have that requirement, this has always got first strike or breach free, which could be quite crazy. I do like this as well. I like the sort of one-armed artwork as well, which is quite nice as well. Anyway, it's a yellow back, so we should be getting another LR finally. And it's our first altar, and what a hit itself. It is the Soletta Mercury ult, which I'm very happy with. It is one of the nicest ones from this set, and I'm quite happy to have the Soletta. I think, Chris, you're here at the right time as well, because it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm stealing it. Well, it's not Elfrith. You said you wanted Elfrith 4, and you didn't say you wanted the Soletta. What a... It is so shiny. That gold pops. Really does. Crazy. Oh, look, this wire guide arm. Right. I've got to make sure I get them sleeves now. There we go. That's got to be double sleeved. Wow, what an absolute hit on that box. I am over the moon with this one. I need both. Can't have it. I like this one too much. It's too nice. Right, give me 2 seconds, everyone. I'm going to go and quickly get some light into this room so it is going to be easier to see. Sadly, when I started this, we had tons of sunlight. Now it is all fading away, and especially around the back where I am, it does not help. So just give me 2 seconds and we'll be there. Let there be light, and so we have. I want to have my playset of alts to build around, if needed, one for my master set, than one to give to a friend. And that's the horrible thing right now, is like I said, I know you really want this, but it's one of my chases as well. And I blame you for making me watch Wicks from Mercury now, because it's just gorgeous. It's one of my favourite arts as well. It's just, I like the pop art. Well, all we can say, what a great hit. I moved my rare over there. Okay, one old art's gone. Gee, which good. It is a good show. I can happily say it's a good show. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was definitely worth watching. Still love episode 12 though. And yeah, I wasn't expecting cards from you, Lol. Look, it was in that sense. Believe me, if we pull a second one, then we can talk. 100%. It's a yellow back, so we're hoping for another nice hit. Okay, we've got off the bat the Inspector. It's a level 4 1 cost command. Main, deal 1 damage to all units that are level 2 or lower. Honestly, I don't hate the ability. I think if it was a cheaper cost, if it's cheaper level, I think this would be really good against the aggro decks, because dealing 1 damage, and you can chain this twice and just deal with all the 2/1/2/2s very quickly. That level 4 just restricts it a bit too much, but I think it's designed that way. It would be too good if they gave it away too easily. But yeah, outside of that, you get Gates Kappa. I think if I'm correct, this is Gates was in G-Quux as well. Because familiar from that. It's a cyber new type as well. Works well off the ability from the Psycho Gundam that we looked at earlier. Speaking of the level 2/1/2/2s, it is Borjanon. I was quite happy with my sealed pool yesterday. I managed to get 2 of these, so it was great in most of my games being able to spam this early. And I think in 2 of my games, I actually managed to. I was forced to play first, so I actually managed to draw both of them. So on my turn 2, I just go, here's these 2. I'm secretly playing my Blurple Tactics, but in a limited sealed pool with what it looks like another Zaku again. In all these series, the Zakus appear in some form or another. What more can we say? It is a 2-1-2-2. There is too many. There's too many that exist in this game now. So, can't be helped. Next up, we have the purple level 2 cost G Falcon. It is a 3-1 blocker. I did not see this one at all until later, but in the seal pool, I think this is generally quite good as a blocker that you are literally just going to get a favorable trade, which is handy. And then we've got a link with Palaces or Palaces. I haven't seen the pilot myself actually, or I don't remember seeing them to know what they do. So hopefully we will get them from our carpool and we can look at it. But yeah, 3-1. It's a vulture, so it's perfect if you want it in the trash, especially for the vulture abilities, which works really nicely. Especially when we were talking about DX earlier as well, wanting all those vultures in the trash. Another, oh, there we go, another Witch of Mercury card. We've got 9th Tactical Testing Sector. It is a level 3, 1 cost base, 0-5, in line with most bases in the game. The deploy effect is outside of giving a shield, one of your shields to your hand. When you place an EX resource, choose one friendly academy unit to get +2 AP this turn. So again, there is a lot of ways that you can create EX resources now in the academy with the Dawn of Fold aspects. So a lot of ways that you can get that AP2 burst, which is really good on some of the units in the sector. So yeah, I think that's Chris. You again, you're playing around with Academy at the moment. Are you playing with it? Is it a yay or nay, or is it too niche for the EX resource to get the value off of this one? Like I said, Chris, you are our Academy expert when it comes to these things. It's a nay. There you go. Heard it from the expert here. Next, yeah, little limited. I would say, okay, if you get it in limited in the GD-04 release events and you've got enough value in your academy units to get this off, then yeah, I'd say 100%. But it's going to be very niche. You got to open the stuff. I mean, I think when I opened my packs, I only got I got well, Elfrith Fawn was my only academy card that I had in my deck. Was great though because the Breach 3 did a lot of legwork, making it being a 4/4 unit, and I put Nina on it as well, making it a 4/7. That was annoying to get off the board. Next up, we have Spiritual Support. It is a level 4 1 cost command in blue. Main effect: choose one of your units with it gains repair 2 during this turn. It's niche, but repair 2 is always helpful as well, so it's great, especially if you're going to just get one of your units to train into it. Again, I like to use this as an example. If you're playing your Gundam Amoros, it's repair 2 already, you can give it repair 4. So you can go into one of those really tougher units and just make sure you heal all that damage back. Food for thought, but it's never going to be used in that sense. Speaking of more Witch from Mercury, we're getting tons of Witch from Mercury stuff today. We've got the level 4 1 cost command, Witches from Earth with Sophie Palloon. Great character from the show. Witches from Earth is a very, very good card. And Sophie, even being a 1/1 pilot, is not something to be overlooked. Its main / action is choose one friendly academy unit. During this turn, reduce the next damage it receives by 2. But then if you use an EX resource to play that card, reduce it by 4 instead. So in fairness, if you utilize this ability, there's a chance that you could be getting a free kill on a unit, and that unit you're going in with does not take any damage at all. Very much again, this is potentially pseudo first strike. Very, very good card. Very, very good. Also with a very, very great character from the show. Oh, we're getting all the blasts in the past now. crazy. We had Aqua, now we've got Eiffel 65. Let's go. Next up, we've already gone through Drive. We don't need to speak about that. We've already gone through Aboaku and Frieden and Psycho. Let's move into our first rare of the pack. Overwhelming Pressure, the level 5 free cost main/action command card. Red gets more burn. That's all that red's good for. Burn, 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 burn. Artwork's great. Love it. But the main/action is choose one enemy unit that's level 6 or lower and just deal 4 damage to it. Personally, myself, I haven't thought of how this is going to fit into the meta. I do believe it will be played because red can't live without burn. So I have no clue where it's going to sit, but I'm sure I'll see it very soon because I'm going to be on the receiving end of it. But I feel it's fine. And it is going to be an LR. And it is V for victory with the new Gundam. So this is quite interesting. It's very much reminiscent of the GD-01 Gundam with its ability. It has straight up, so done in the dungeon now. Sorry, couldn't write. Well, that's fine then. As long as you're back now and can participate, that's all that matters. So yeah, it's a 3/4 for 4 free. It has the ability, so as soon as you attack, if you've got 3 or more League Militaire units in play, you can draw a card. It's good. It's got a League Militaire link. That's the main thing. So it's not specifically tied to a pilot. So you've got some flexibility with it. I do not feel that it's going to be heavily played. It's definitely got some use, and I think it is a very nice card. But that attack ability to specifically have 3 or more League Militaire units in play is very restrictive. In limited, it is possible. I did get to pull this off once, and it was really good. But outside of that, I think in later when there's more support for League Militaire, it will be fine. And then we just got an EX base, so nothing special. But it's still another LR, which is good. I do have that one already in my collection, so I don't need to double sleeve it. It'll just be sleeved as normal, because that can just go in my LR pile. Okay, we're not doing too bad, but we've still got another box that we need to speed things up. Like I said, once we still see more of the cards that we've already got. It's a red back. Let's go for all the rest of them. So we've already seen Esperanza. Tokwan we've already gone through. NLL. Oh. So the card that redirects attacks to the rest unit, the way it was explained to me was that I call my attack, say, to a base. It will be destroyed. The other player plays the card to direct the attack to a rested unit. I think it's only rested, yes. But the way it was explained to me was that the attack still goes to the base and breaks it, then the remaining attacks go to the unit. It's somewhere. We'll find it. It will pop up again. We'll look over it. We'll look at it when we get the wording. I mean, I've got the card view up again, so I can just quickly find it on the side. Where are you? Destined battle. Choose one of your rested units during this turn. All enemy units must choose that unit as their attack target when attacking. Must choose it. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. With how it's worded, all enemy units must choose that unit as their attack target when attacking. But it's not redirecting it. Yes. Well, no, because it's attack. Yeah. No, it's not. It's attack, block, action, damage. So the action will go after. So then after the first attack, all units. Yes. Yeah, after. Every other unit after has to deal with attack with it. Yes. 100%. Because that unit's already, it's not a redirect. if it says that, if it specifically states all attacks must choose that target, but the choice is already directed elsewhere. So you've got to look at it in the sense of if they chose another unit as their attack target first, then they chose the other rested unit. But there's no redirection as part of that command card. Anyway, new base. We've got level 4, cost 1, Industrial 7. It's a civilian stronghold. Its activate main abilities once per turn. You can exile a command card from your trash to choose one enemy unit that will get then -1 AP during this turn, which is really good because it's -1 AP for the turn, not for the battle or anything on that factor, because the activate main is the important factor there, which is really good, or the next battle, which is really cool. Limited to once per turn though, but there's a few cards obviously with the white which does more AP reduction, which obviously will help in the long run. Next up, we've got Gundam Dynames. It is a level 5 4 cost. It is a 4/4 link with lock on Stratos. Deployability is you may rest this unit. If you do, choose one enemy unit that is level 3 or lower and deal 2 damage to it. It was quite fun and limited. I managed to blow up the old League Militaire 3/2 blocker with this, actually. That was a lot of fun. It allowed me to go in and actually do some more damage to their shields. Did help me win the game quicker. Sorry, just confirming properly. That's fine. But if you chose the base or player, then you don't have to attack what they choose with the command. No, because you're choosing, yeah, you're choosing a base or player as the attack target. Then they will declare blocker. They could then declare the blocker and rest it, then play the action. And then after that, everything else then has to hit the blocker if the blocker survives. If it doesn't, then it just dissipates from there. But if they played it after you broke the base, then after, every other unit has to go through that unit. So if you break the base and let's say they had the base left and no shield, and it was literally going to be game after, yes, the first attack will break the base. Then after, everyone else has to then attack that rested unit before they can attack your shield and then kill you and win the game. That's the way it's worded. It doesn't redirect any of the initial attacks. That attack where it's going originally will still happen. So it's about sequencing of how they play that card. So it's good, but Destined Battle is very specific with the sequencing of how you utilize it. What's next anyway. We've got the level 4 1-drop command, a Moment of Rest. It is a burst ability of destroying a card, but if you play it, say for its main, you can choose one rested enemy unit that's level 5 or lower. It won't be set active during the start phase of your opponent's next turn. So it is a lock on a unit for a turn, which is very interesting, which is quite helpful if you want to make sure if it's a very pain in the backside unit, and it's helpful in blue if you've got ways to ping it or do some of that rested ping damage to make sure it stays rested. Could happily see that being used on a Kshatriya quite nicely to make sure it doesn't get to keep swinging and doing more ping damage. I don't know. It might see some fringe play. The idea that even its burst, you draw a card, it's got card advantage. It replaces itself from the shield, which is always helpful. Not much more to it really. We've got Luna Maria now, the level 3 1 cost pilot. It's a 1/1. It's not a 1/2. There you go. There's me thinking it was a 1/2 earlier. It has a linked ability of choose one of your Minerva squad units during this turn. Battle damage it would receive is then dealt to this unit instead. So when we had that Luna Maria's Zaku warrior, it then is a 3/5. So it has the ability to tank some damage, which is pretty good. Not bad. The alt art for Luna Maria is really nice though, which hopefully is one of the other ones we could get. And there is our Palacis from which we were talking about as well from earlier. It is a level 3 1 cost pilot as well, +1/+1 to AP and HP. And then its linked ability is choose one purple unit card with suppression from your trash and add it to your hand. I mean, that's really cool because you can put it on the blocker, it becomes a 4/2, and let's say this was broken in your shield into your bin, you can put the DX back to your hand, which is quite nice. And there's a few other bits with suppression. There's one of the other Gundam X's as well that's got suppression. So Vulture's got a cool few ways to bring those suppression units back, which is quite cool. We've got a fun, interesting new, I think one of the most interesting commands that we've been given, and I know someone used yesterday to actually win the game. It saved them from losing and it got them the win. Financier, main/action, deploy in EX base. So you start the game with an EX base and it pretty much either gets destroyed by battle damage or you obviously play your own base to replace this. This is the first card that allows you to make an EX base. We've got cards that give you EX resources, but this is the first that allows you to have a base. So very, very interesting card. No burst ability, no anything special. It has to be played as a main or an action. Um, I think the cost is great, but the leveling it's into late game. Will it be played? I don't think so, but I still feel there's a fringe deck that may find it more useful, and you might see one of it being played. But we've got upcoming tournaments coming up soon for new types, or in a couple of months we've got regionals again. It will be interesting to see if this card makes an appearance. Personally, I think it's quite an interesting ability. I don't think it has much playability though. Speaking of Soletta though, we've got the normal artwork of Soletta Mercury here. We didn't really go over Soletta when we opened the lovely alt art because we were just marveling at the beauty of it, but we can go over it now. This version of Soletta Mercury is a 2/2 AP and HP buff to your unit, a level 5 1 cost, which is in line with most of the level 5 pilots who are giving a 2/2 buff. Her link ability is once per turn when you play and activate an Academy command card using EX resource. If you have no EX resources, you place a rested EX resource. So basically, if you use that EX resource to play a command card, she just replaces it with a rested one. And if you have the other Soletta, the white one from back in ST1, when she attacks with that version, you can actually unrest a resource, which could be the next resource you make from this Soletta. So then it's actually usable, which is quite good actually. I like it. And then we are wrapping up this pack with a Gundam Exia. It is a 3/2 2/1, links with Setsuna. So it would be more purple red for this version of CB in this case. On deploy, if there's 2 or more enemy units in play, you can choose one enemy unit that is level 2 or lower and deal 2 damage to it. I don't think this is too terrible. You can play this sort of turn 2 if you're on the X resource, especially against like these rush aggro decks. And if you're going against like the Blurple or the one you rush that can spam units out quite quick, this immediately just drop down and take one of them out, which is always helpful. And then we have the Curious resource as well to go with it. Let's see what else we can get. We'll start speeding things up a bit more as well, because like I said, we should start seeing more stuff that we've already had. Oh, we've lost a couple of cards. Just quickly make sure we get this one. There we go. Okay, so we've got the Agrissa, which is a level 5 free cost vanilla. It's a 5/4. Links with Alial Sanchez. Again, limited, it's great, it's a big body. Hits, breaks shields, kills units, fantastic. But outside of that, it's super power block. It's fringe. Gundam Dynamis again. We've got our Dortress High Mobility Command Wise Wallaby. There's our Destined Battle, as we've just been discussing as well. As we've gone over anyway, but we are there. We've got our typical played card. It's a 2/1, 2/2. Esperanza. Reformationist, as we've already tried to pronounce it earlier. Gundam. We haven't had the Curious yet. 5/4, 5/3 unit. On deploy, choose one of the units paired with a super soldier pilot. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit that is level 4 or lower as its attack target. Links of Hallelujah and Hallelujah Haptism. Hallelujah and Hallelujah have got a lot of good buffs in this set, actually, so I just think this is generally quite a good overall unit. I managed to get this off with Hallelujah in the sealed event, and it was pretty strong at a 7/4, which was quite helpful. It will definitely be played in the red green CB. Thing is, like I said, it's another link unit that you can pair with either pilot, and I think it's got a lot of value. I think with Alleluia, it's then 1/2, and Hallelujah's 2/1. So even with Alleluia, it makes it a 6/5, which is then a bit more playable to then go it, even if this is the unit, because it choose one of your units, so it can choose itself. so it's not too bad. Speaking of the pilot, there's Hallelujah Haptism itself, a level 4, 1 cost red pilot with a link ability once per turn. During a turn when this unit destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, look at the top card of your deck. If it is a CB card, you may reveal it and add it to your hand. Return any remaining cards to the bottom of your deck. It's really cool ability in red to be able to then look at the top card of your deck, and then if it's got that trait, be able to put it into your hand. It's just additional card advantage, which is always fantastic in card games in general. And even as we just said, it's a 5. It makes it a 7/4. This is how I was playing it yesterday. It was just a massive beat stick, which was fantastic, and couldn't complain. Speaking of Lift Reform, there it is as our rare for the pack. A 4/4 breach free. The other ability is during your turn when you play and activate a Dawn of Fold command card using the X resource, you may pair that card from your trash with one of your one of your units with Gundam Lifrith in its card name. Which is just really good. And this is kind of where this Dawn of Fold part of the academy is just really, really well done. And this is where cards like Sophie or Neray is just really goated in general. And I love the art of this card. It's really good. So without further ado, next is Uso. It's the crying boy or the crying child. Level 4, 1 cost pilot. It's adding a 2/1 bonus to the unit it's paired or linked with. When paired, if this is a League Militaire unit, you can deploy 1 parts / League Militaire AP1, HP1 unit token. The unit can't choose the enemy player as the attack target. I had fun with this, but not with the. I did get to pair it with Victory, but I did pair it with the other version of. I think it was Victory Hexa, because Hex is interesting. So when Uso pairs with it, you make the parts, and then when Hexus attacks, it makes parts. So you basically make 2 parts on the turn it's played, which is really cool. And then we have Victory Gundam as our EX resource, as the resource on that one. Right, we've got an hour left, so we have another box still to open. So we're going to start cracking through more. So we've got Flat Militaire, we've got Backup again, Hip Heavy, Inspector, Exia, Trinity, different, but if it's something that it's gonna be playable, we'll look at it. But this one is just choose 1 to 3 of your CB units. They get +2 AP this turn. We've got Gamma Zavi. During Link, when it's destroyed, if you have no X resource in play, you get any X resource. We've got Luna Maria. We've got the base again. Ritty. There it is. This is the longest card name, as mentioned before. As you can barely see the text because it's so squished. Al Sanchez's AU enact custom mobile. Sorry, no, it's not mobile. Custom Moralia development experiment type. That's a load of words. And then our LR now is Gundam Curious. There we go. We'll talk about this here instead. It is a level 4 free cost 1/4. Do not let that 1/4 AP fool you. It has first strike as a base ability, but during Link, this unit will get +2 AP for each of your rested CB units. So, like I said, if you paired it with Alleluia, it's 2/1 anyway, making it a 3/5. So for every CB unit you have rested, this will then get +2 AP. So this can get very big quickly. And with that first strike, that means it will kill any unit on site and destroy it. So this is a very, very lovely card. And I think this is what really makes Red Green CB pop this set. So I'm looking forward to maybe dabbling with that as well now, because it's really fun. And a Farract resource, which is quite nice. I'm happy with that because I did need that for my collection. So that can go in my folder. So double sleeve that bad boy. Like I said, already from like 12 packs I've opened, I've not done too bad. Well, these are not counting these ones, but I've not done too bad with most of the set. Alvatoria, Sochi, Dynamis, Garment's Dop, Hindry. Love this unit from Witcher Mercury. It's one of my favorite ones. I liked it. No link, but it's a 2/2/3/2. I did play that yesterday. Izumu Colony, which is from G-Quux, level 1, 1 cost. It's a 0/4 stronghold. Nothing special with this one. When this base receives battle damage from an enemy unit with 3 less AP, you can deal 1 damage to that unit. So it's one of those ones where you can try and get some effect damage off on units that are weaker to hit it. So you think 2 level 2/1s are smacking it, ping a damage to each of those before it gets destroyed, which is pretty cool. And it's not restrictive. There's our Do Murasame, 4/1. Her ability is when destroyed, choose one undamaged enemy unit and deal a damage to it. 2/1, which is not too bad. Gundam Nadila from CB as well. We haven't seen this one though. It pairs with Terrier. Specifically, on deploy, choose one enemy unit that's level 6 or lower. During the turn, reduce its AP by an amount equal to the number of units cards with Gundam Virtue in their card name in your trash. I've noticed there's a lot of Gundam Virtue tribal for TR, which is actually quite interesting. So maybe go for the typical purple green CB, and then go for that as a side point. Command World Distortion with Aliando Corner. It's UN. We're not going to care too much about that. Or GNX. It's fine. These, well, we won't see them. Let's go for a rare. We've got Loran Chihak, which then is the one that links with our LR turn A. It's a 4/1 pilot that gives +2/+1. When linked, choose one enemy unit with 3 or less HP and return it to its owner's hand. Nice little white bounce as always that we see. I think it's a Rice artwork. Doing his little farming. Minotaur needs a moon race. We love turn A. Speaking of Hexa, there it is. There we go. This is the one we were talking about. The 4/4 with Uso making it a 6/5. It was a lot of fun making parts. Got to swing with it twice and made 2 sets of parts. It was great. And we've got another Destiny Gundam. Okay, that's them stack of packs. So, do you know what? I can't be asked to keep cutting them. We've already got to the point where we've got some packs that I can save for my collection. Okay, what we got? Zaza Steve's 3/2/2/3. Deploy, choose one enemy base, deal a damage to it. Again, first of its kind, dealing damage to enemy base as a part of effect. Got Core Booster 5 and Core Booster 6. 3 freeze for 3/2. Either links with Slegger or Sailor. Got Lunar Marines again. GM the Third. Fronzwai. G Falcon. Walk the Plank. Titans. There was more Titans then. Nadelish. Parla. Frieden. Kikarogo. MS mode from G-Quox. This one's an interesting one. Level 7 4 cost. All your unit tokens gain Breach 1. A lot of fun. And then during Link, all units that level 3 or lower, other than unit tokens, are deployed rested. I think that's quite cool. A lot of fun. Oh, that is a nice hit. Our next LR for the set, Neo Zong. A level 9, 8 cost, 6/7 units. This is a behemoth. When one of your Neon Xeon units is deployed, choose one enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it. When it's linked with full frontal, all of your units gain the Neon Xeon trait, and that means all of them. You could be playing red, white, stool. You can all make all those blockers. I'm not going to comment to that, Linz. It's really cool because when it's linked with full frontal, it's then an 8/9. So there you go. But yeah, the fact is that then throughout the rest of your turn, even if you play any blockers that may not have the same trait, it becomes Neon Xeon, which immediately gets that effect of pinging something, which is great. And we've got the Xeon head, which is a nice little token. One that I do need for my collection, which is great. So we'll double sleeve that and then add that to the pile. So we've got 3 of our LRs from the box, which is good. One of our ults. So that is helpful. So we've still got 1 ult and potentially 6 more LRs to go. So I'm just going to quickly, what I'm going to do is start prepping packs. And we've still got a C+ resource to go as well. Or we still potentially might get God Pack, because this is what we're banking on, is a God Pack. Because we really want a God Pack. Just go crazy on this lot. There we go. Okay, next pack. It's a red back, but we can still get it. We haven't seen Zolot from the League Militaire, but it is a 2/2/3/2 blocker. More blue blockers are coming up now, which is good. It's nice to see them with 2 HP rather than 1, like we've had before. We've got Hein Western Flus, the reliable Big Brother command card. Got GN Armor Type E. Seeing some new stuff, which is annoying before we've gone through most of the base commons. Got Gundam Virtue. We've got one in red this time. It's a 3-1-3-1. We've got Garmin Stop, Exia, Victory Gundam, Gamma, Kapul, which was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun playing. Just attack, you pay one, and then loot, draw one, discard one. Do again. There's the Silver Bullet. The 4-4 blocker. When this unit receives effect damage from an enemy, you reduce it by 3, which is fantastic. So effect damage, a lot of that says nope. All those pings are never going to take this out. You've got to hit it hard. Oh, there we go. Turn A himself. So as was showed earlier, I did have the ult art for it, but this is the base ult, the base art for turn A, which is just lovely as well. And then we've got Penelope in that, which is another one needed for the collection. So quickly double sleeve that up as well. Not doing too bad on the ults because this is helpful now because bar one of them at the moment, I need them all for my collection, which is fantastic. So this has been a very, very nice box so far. Jamburu. We're getting new stuff, which is annoying. Big Grow. Love this one just because it's 5-4. Armory 1. The group hug base. 0-6, but when it's destroyed, all players draw a card. Fantastic. That's what won me my last game in the release event. They put the CB unit to my hand, which gave me the option to win because it allowed me to have it in hand. There it is. It gave me Throne Dry to hand. I had the link in hand already, waiting for it. Another Ellen. Core Fighter. Graham's Union Flag Custom 2. Got custom flag in the last set, and we opened the old art for that one from last set in our last booster pack opening last month, which is really cool. This one's got a burst effect, so if an enemy CB unit is in play, you can add this card to your hand. So instead of it going to the trash, this unit has an activated main ability. Choose one superpower block card and one UN card from your trash, exile them from the game. If you do, set this unit to active. It can't attack this turn. It's good because it just stops it from being an active target to your opponents on the following turn, so not terrible. And then we have Gundam Leopard or Leopard Destroy. So 6-4, 4-5 during para. When you attack, you can choose one enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it, and this unit. Not terrible. Vultures, it is part of the Vulture strategy. It's dealing damage to itself because it's going to put itself in the trash in the end. And we've got the Zeong resource. Oh, it's good. It's a lot of rares I'm still missing from the set. Oh, I think we've got... Oh, I see shiny. I see shiny. Trinity. I think this might be SP time. We could be getting an SP. Zolot. Hein Westflusen. GN. God, please be Barbatos. Oh, actually, I'm going to lie. If this is Ale Strike, we did well. Luna Marie. Pala. Financier. Curious. Okay. It's going to be the C+ then. Graceful Demeanor is a good hit still. And our C+ for this set. Oh, I was getting so excited. It's an SP. Oh, that's some playback. It's Farrack though. I'm not going to complain. Farrack does look very nice, and again, needed for the set. One of the first. It's my first of the 10. So Farrack, thank you very much for being my first, and it's good timing because again, we just finished Witch and Mercury, so it makes more sense to be the first. Oh, speaking of again, look at that. We've got more Choo Choo's Demi Trainer. We love the Choo Choo. This one's a fun ability. When it attacks, choose one of your other academy units. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit level 3 or lower as its attack target. Something cool. Last Choo Choo was a bit plain as a 3-1. This one's a 3-2. I love this one. I like the artwork as well. Just firing with this massive mini cannon. Love it. Harambe. Oh, sorry. Hambarabi. I just call it Harambe. Azuma Conley. Agrissa. Core Booster. Good deal. There's Ali Al Sachez, the man that we've been talking about for having the longest card name in the game so far. It's 2-1. During Link, when he attacks, you may choose one enemy pilot and return it to its owner's hand. Different effect we've not seen before. Unicorn Gundam 2 Banshee Norn Unicorn mode. Again, close to being a long name as well. 5-3 unit. Links with Riddy Marcenis. When linked, choose one enemy unit with 3 or less HP, return it to its owner's hand. Not bad. Rosen Zulu. We're just seeing new stuff we've not seen before. What's going on? Links of Angelo. It's a level 4 6 cost, so very expensive. If there's 8 or more Neon Xeon cards in your trash, this card this card is in your hand and gets -4 cost, so it then becomes a 4/2. So got to do a lot of work to get there. But it's Neon Xeon cards. It doesn't have to be units. It can be bases or pilots or commands that might have the trait. So definitely not playable, really. But on deploy, choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. If it has repair, you can deal 3 damage. So that's a cool ability still. Still quite a cool ability. GNX, GN Armor, Type D, Transam. It is Dynamese with lock on. Breach 3/4/5. It's a 6/5 unit to play. It has the destroyed ability. So look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 CB unit card that is level 5 or lower from among them and add it to your hand. Return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck. A lot of cards with that ability at the moment we're seeing, which is quite nice. So each of the colors are getting some sort of card advantage, which is quite cool. We have V-Gundam. Not had this one yet, actually. So a 6/4 with Breach 3, which is Uso's linked version. Activate main. It actually makes it 6/6 with Uso, which is quite cool. So once per turn, you can activate as a main ability, rest one of your other League military units, choose one enemy unit with level 4 or less, or 4 or less HP, and rest it. Not bad. It's quite good in the ability for League military. League military likes resting units a lot. So definitely quite a cool ability. Again, be interested to see where it goes, but who knows. We got Zacrello, spiritual support, Michael, GN Armor, Big Ro, Xavier's Gian, Psycho Gundam, Marbet Fingerhat, Sword Impulse, Gundvola, Raise Blaze Zaku Phantom. So this is a new rare one we have not seen. It is a level 4 free cost 4/3 unit. Links with Minerva Squad trait, but during link once per turn, when this unit receives battle damage from an enemy, reduce it by 1. So again, a lot more of this reducing damage effect, which is really cool. And we have a new LR being Xiong. We do not have this one. This one's fun. I like this one. Level 6, 5 cost, 4/3 unit, links with Shah Ensemble. But when paired with a new type pilot, specifically new type, deploy 2 wired guide arms. So wired guided arms, which we've had somewhere in the stack. It can't be paired with a pilot, these unit card, these tokens. But if it's destroyed, you deploy the rested Xiong head, which we've seen as well. And then there is that Alvaron token that we were referring to earlier. But Xiong is needed for the collection, so that is another LR off our list, which is fantastic. Always a win. So we're doing good on LRs at the moment. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 more left. We've nearly gone through all our LRs now. Still 1 more alt art to go. Still 1 more. Let's keep going. 9th Tactical Base. NLL. Reliable Big Brother. Jabruro. Jamil's Gundam X. Vultures again. Well, it's not. It's old NE. Old UNE. But it's got the pair of Vulture pilot effect because it goes with Jamil. When it's destroyed, if it's your turn, return the unit paired pilot to its hand, which is really good. So at least you can use the unit, crash it into another unit, get the pilot back. Strikes Teamwork. Swartzum Gallus, different. We haven't had this one before. It's a 4/2, 4/3, nothing special because vanilla. Gundam Aerial Rebuild, level 7, 5 cost. This is quite a cool one. Being a 5/5, its deployabilities. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 Academy unit / command card from among them, add it to your hand. return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck, and it works really nicely with those Dawn of Fold, Sophie and Neray cards as well, which is really cool. Or again, get some other units instead. World Distortion, Financier, going into a rares. Throne Eins. 6-4-5-2. On deploy, you may choose 1 to 2 of your other active CB units. Rest them. If you do, deal damage equal to the number of units rested this way to all enemy units that are level 6 or lower. And it has the Trinity trait for the link. Annoyingly, I had this thrown against me yesterday, which killed all my parts. I had 2 parts, and they got killed. Thank you. Kind-Hearted is our other rare. Level 3, 1 cost command. If it's bursted, it activates the main ability. So the main/action ability is during this turn, friendly units can't be destroyed by enemy effects, then draw 1. It's got some cool effects, because enemy effects, so you could, or wrong pile, is good against sort of the burn. So you've got turn A as the resource. It's quite good. Stop the enemy effects and burning you off the board. Prevent some of that faction would be pretty good. But again, sequencing and timing is going to be very important to be able to get around with that card. So it depends when it's played. Tokwan, the Zolat, good deal. Gun Easy. I haven't seen this one yet, but deploy. Choose one of your active League Militaire units and 1 enemy unit that's level 3 lower and rest them. Again, very specific with the wording. Schlegelor, Machine Doll Squad. Rosemere, Badam, Heinz Goof Ignited, Turn A, Gundam, Indiscriminate Violence. There you go. We've finally got an array. Level 5, 1 cost. Main ability. Choose 1 friendly academy unit. During this turn, it may choose an active enemy unit with 5 or less AP as its attack target. If you use an EX resource to play this card, choose 1 to 2 friendly academy units instead. Absolutely a baller of a command card. Sophie and Array, very, very hidden gems in this set that are going to make Academy very playable with the red with this new green-white combination. So I'm quite happy to get an Array finally. Our first rare is Gundam Airmaster Burst, which I've not opened, which is always handy. A level 5/4 cost 5/3 unit. It links with Wits Su, but during pair with a Vulture Pilot, if there's 7 or more cards in your trash, this unit may choose an active enemy unit with a keyword effect as its attack target. Very specific, but could be playable. And there is the other Psycho Gundam Mark II, level 8, 7 cost, which is then links with Rosemere Badam. Repair 2, once per turn when you pair a Cyber Noob type pilot with one of your blue units, draw a card. Still quite playable with the ability. It's a 4/7 as well, which is quite cool. And then we've got the Virtue, Goodbye Virtue token that just went off the table. There we go. Cool. Let's crack on with the rest of this box. We've got 45 minutes to get through another box. So we've got to speed through. We've still got more LRs and ults. Gun Easy, Jamil, Choo Choo, Fighting Alone, Sophie again, which is great. Second Sophie, Industrial 7, Victory, Curious, Indiscriminate Violence, another Nuray. There we go, we've got 2 of each now. Alial Sanchez, first rare, Willingham, 3/1 base that's got 0/7. First 0/7 base, crazy. Burst, deploy it. So then you add one of the, well, again, this is different. Add 1 of your shields to your hand, then you deal 3 damage to this base. So it is then a 0/4, really. Once per turn, during your turn, while you pay 1 or more for a friendly unit's effect, the base recovers 2. So we had the early turn A that has the ability to add +2 AP. So you could do that effect and put the base immediately from 4 to 6. So it's one way of doing it. And we have the other turn A, Gundam, the rare one. So it's got an uncommon, a rare, and a legendary rare. This one's a blocker with the link ability of at the end of the turn when you've paid 1 or more for one of your other military or /Diana counter units effects, choose one of your military units as active. Again, you can choose this as the military active unit as well to if you swung with it, and then you can then make it active so it can block the next turn. And another Farragut. Well, that's helpful. We're getting close to the end of this box, and we've got most of the other rares and legendary rares that we were missing, which is good for my collection, so the folder is going to be very thankful. Witches from Earth, which is great. Another Socha. Hip Heavy. Destined Battle. Thronesvi. Alan. Reform Initiative. I don't care. Can't say it right now. Heinz Cove. Sword Impulse. Another turn A. Ooh, this is different. Reinforce Junior. League Militaire. It's very shiny on the bottom. Level 3, cost 1 cost base, 0.5. On deploy, add one of your shields to your hand. Then during your turn, if a friendly League Militaire unit is in play, you deploy 1 parts. So very, very specific to your turn only as well. You don't get the bonus if it's bursted from the shields. Okay, we're getting close to the end of this box. We've got 4 more packs with this one. So we still got another roll up. Still got then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still 2 more LRs as well. So we've got still a lot to come. As I say, save the best to last. Flying Alone. Alvator. Backup. Dortress High Mobility Command Wise Wallaby. Core Fighter. Gundam. Turn A. Gunvola. Z Gundam Rare. Something different. Links of Hathaway. 5/4 for a 4/4. Deploy. Choose one of your Mafia units. When it destroys an enemy unit with battle damage during this turn, if you have 3 or more or less cards in your hand, draw a card. Not bad. Oh, and our new rare. Gun Cannon number 108 and Gun Cannon 109. Links with Kai Shiden and Hayato Kobayashi. It's a 5/4 for a 3/4. When linked, choose one of your other white base team units that is level 4 or higher and set it as active, which is not too bad. Good for that version of Penelope. One that we do not have as well. Come on, so still 2 more LRs. Still got the ult to come as well. What can we get? And we have still not seen an SP. I want an SP. Jim the Third. Schlegger. Strike Team's Bulwark. Never Xavier's. Shokor. It's the coffee. Victory. Curious. Getting a big stack now. Another Indiscriminate Violence. Alia Sanchez. Gundam Alfred which we've not had, but glad to see. So we got Sophie's Link finally. 4/3 for a 4/3. Once per turn during your turn, when you play and activate a Dawn of Fold command card using the X resource, draw a card. Always good. Getting card advantage. Ooh. There we go. Destiny Gundam. Absolute gorgeous artwork. 7/5 for a 5/5 high maneuver unit. During pair and attack. So during pair, when you attack, you may choose 1 Minerva squad unit from your trash, pay its cost to deploy it. This is going to be so good in that Zephyr Minerva decks. Even if you play purple white or purple red, it's going to be very good. Links with Shin, so that thing's going to be an 8/5, or again, when paired, don't have to pair it with Shin. So shove any other pilot onto it, and you still get that ability, which is really good. Pair it with Kira, make it a 7/6 with minus AP, minus 2 AP when you swing with it. It's going to be fun. Curious. Well, I was missing it from the collection. So we're on 7.
Hello there.
Hello. Welcome. Right. So we're missing 1 more LR and then 1 ult. So we are literally down to the wire now. Dynamis. Luna Marie. Gun Easy. Jamil's Gundam X. Choo Choo's Demi Trainer. We are fighting alone. Moment of Rest. Hallelujah. Schwarzum Gallus. Time for Banshee. Encounter. Something different we've not seen. It's a level 5 1-cost command. Main, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 pilot carver among them and add it to your hand. Return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck. Very much similar to a path to victory or defeat. Quite funny how I just said victory, path to victory or defeat. Why? It's not. We're not even anything crazy. It's just a basic rare. Very much reminds me of Part of Victory of Defeat, but very specifically looking for a pilot. Damage control, nothing crazy. Come on, we're going to go down to the final 2 packs, aren't we? It was supposed to be for the last card. Well, last card is damage control, so it's not crazy. Something different, but I'm not going to be able to go it. It's not that special. It's got a burst ability. Choose one enemy unit. It gets minus AP2 during this turn, and then the other action is choose one of your units during this battle. It reduces the battle damage it takes by 3. So again, a lot of reduction. No worries at all, Lynn. See you shortly. Which is remote again? Yeah, we're getting more Sophies. More Sophies. More that crazy girl. Industrial 7. Gundam Virtue. Group Hug. Harambe. Shoku. The Kapool. Walk the Kaplank. Aerial. Frozen Zulu. Gundam Virtue Transam. This is something different. 7-5. 2-6. Same thing again. When this unit deals battle damage to an enemy unit, destroy that enemy unit. We're getting so many of these cards that just says deal damage, destroy a unit. Crazy. Ooh. We've got our second ult. It is the Financier. The action to deploy or main to deploy the EX base. That is absolutely gorgeous. I know it's not a great card, but that ult is lovely. I like that. Very lovely. And we're getting extra resource as well. Can't complain. I like that EX resource. That is a very, very gorgeous ult art. Right. So we've got both ults in the box. We've still got one more legendary rare, if I'm correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this should be the last one. Or do we get 7 box? No, it should be one. Unless we get an SP. SP were nice. Okay, last pack magic. Let's see if it's a nice one. Industrial 7. Dynames. Inspector. Borginon. G Falcon. 9th Tactical Testing Sector. Trinity Warship. Ritty. Rosemere. Fingerhat. You missed the next ult art. It was Financier. Absolutely gorgeous. We got Wilgum. Oh, thank you. Penelope Fight Form. I'm glad it wasn't Gundam, because this is one of the other ones I was missing. So we got such a nice card. It's a level 6, 5 cost, free 5 unit that links with lane aim. During your turn, all your Earth Federation units will get +1 AP. Deploy. During this turn, with one of your Earth Federation units destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP and rest it. Very, very good in the control matchup for the late game of Earth Federation. I think there's going to be some playability with this. It definitely is very strong. And we've got the parts. There's the little 1-1. Just legs flying around. Wilgum's in the wrong pile. But again, it's another LR for the collection. So I believe right now we've closed out this box with most of the LRs that we were missing, which is good. So in theory, we should be in a good position. Right, before we crack on with box 2, quick review. So Penelope Fight Form, gonna back that stack over. Got the gorgeous alt art of Financier. We've got the normal Destiny Gundam. Zeong. We've got the nice C+ resource of the Farract. Turn A for what? Neozong. The Gundam Curious. The Victory Gundam. The gorgeous Soletta Mercury alt art. That shine just pops. Oh. And then Gundam DX. What a first box. I did say about building, how to build decks. Sadly, time is not. Thankfully, the second box should be quick since you went through them. Yeah, I know. The problem is I just don't have enough time to go through building a deck for sealed, which is a shame. That's what I was hoping for. But we'll quickly crack open these packs and see what we get, because these were the ones that we just got loose from the event yesterday. G Falcon, Tactical Testing, Let's just keep going. More Sophie. We're going to get tons. We're just getting tons of Witcher Mercury stuff now. Like I said, a light kit, and it's going to give me more cards from the set. Reinforced Junior and a Z Gundam. Nothing crazy there in that first one. Another Farract. See? More G-Witch cards. More G-Witches turning up. Another break is happening in 4 minutes. I'm just going to jump to the rares. Just jump to the chaff. Psycho Gundam. Oh! Into another alt art. Hell yes. Gundam Throne Eins alt art. From a loose pack. Not even from the box itself. We are rocking. Whew. And it's one that we're missing. So we are just going for it. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. We are doing very well today. I don't know. I'll be honest, the loose packs from last month's one were a lot more cracked. We got the Epion, we got Grand Flags, Union Flag, we got Big Zam in the alt art as well, because you know, Big Zam. I don't know. From a box side, this is pretty decent. We're doing a lot better. But loose packs, last month's was more off the wall. We got so much value. Okay. We got Harambe, Reliable Big Brother, Zasa, Jumbro, Choo-Choo's. We're going to just jump again. There we go. Suletta, overwhelming pressure. It's easy if we can just keep jumping. We're not going to complain. More Suletta. We're getting close to a playset of Suletta. What was that? Storm and I both pulled SPs out of single boosters. Oh, shush. You got SPs out of your single boosters. I'm hoping to get SP. We didn't get any SPs last time. Let's just jump. A moment of rest. Financier. Damage control. Can we see something good? Another Suletta. Well, we just say we're going to get close to a playset. We are, I think, 3 Sulettas in now. So we should see more Sulettas now. There we go. We're into box 2 territory. We've got half an hour left. So we're going to get through this box easy enough. Okay, there we go. That shrink wrap is off. So box 1, fantastic. Great cards. Single packs. Another alt art. So that's 3 alt arts we pulled from single packs now. Between V-Dash, from the V Victory, V-Dash, actually from even the event as well with turn A. Yeah, numbers have been great. I think this is the fastest I've pulled alts in a set as well. I think set 1 I wasn't too bad at pulling alts, but I got dupes a lot of the time. So this is the first time I've hit a lot. So red. Just jump straight into the chaff. Throw nines, kind-hearted. That's the thing now. We can really start burning through for a lot of the red back again. Just jump it down into Elfrith Fawn. Uso into a Farract. So definitely I've got the full set now. I can definitely say the base set is now complete. A lot of the gaps in my folder is now going to be filled up. Okay, we're just going to go quickly through most of all this stuff. We've got more flat. Walk the plank. Ariel, Rosen, Navarai. Don't need more rays. Wilgum. That is a shame. Bit of a dud pack, that one is. We're hitting the duds, but that means we'll get good stuff. Still chance for a god pack. We can always hope and pray for a god pack, because that means then we've had it all. We've had god deck, we've had then god packs. It'll be out of the way, and then I can happily retire from playing Gundam from having all the nice stuff. Dynames, Luna Marias, Gun Easy, Jamils, Choo Choo, Fighting Alone, Dux, or Undur, Gundam World, Turn A. There's the Gundam. We did not see Gundam before, but now we've seen a new Gundam. And there's the arms from the Zeong. There you go. It's just arms on a wire. Whew. Got a new ad break starting. Ad should be starting a second. We're going to jump it again. Such as Unicorn, Rosen, Gundam Airmaster Burst. Ooh. Into the Psycho. So I've got to say, as we're going through these packs now, it's a bit easier now. We don't have to worry about too much what we're opening. One thing I've noticed, I've really enjoyed the experience so far with GD-04, especially in the limited environment as well. Or can we hit both Sophie and Ray in a pack? Can we do that? Not likely. No. But yeah, no, the experience of GD4 right now has been a lot more fun, especially limited. It seems that there's a lot more link value in this set, which I've noticed, which is a lot more fun. So the event itself was a lot of fun. So hopefully we've got 3 months now till the first anniversary of the game coming out, and I'm looking forward to what comes from that set as well. So I'm really hoping for something really spicy to change up the demographic of the game, which would be quite fun to see. But who knows? We'll have to find out when we get there. But for now, let's enjoy the next 3 months with GD4's release and how it shapes the meta as well. Dynamis, Dop, Hindry, Uzuma, Reformalist, Gundam, Curious, Hallelujah, Gun Cannon, and an Elfrith. Very nice. Well, I think we can near enough build ourselves our own Academy deck at this point. Because we're opening tons of Academy. Flat, Backup, Hip Heavy, Inspector, Exia, Trinity, Walk the Plank, Encounter, and there's one of our missing LRs. There it is. Ritty's Unicorn Gundam 2 Banshee Norn. We've not had Unicorn Awakened yet as well, so we're missing Unicorn Awakened. So we should hopefully open this box, and that'll be all of our... Good timing. Level 7, 5 cost, 5/5. This one's a lot of fun. During Link, activate main. Exile 3 blue cards from your trash. Set this unit as active. It can't choose the enemy player as its attack target during this turn. But when you attack, all enemy units get -1 AP this turn. So, interesting point. Activate main during Link. Not once per turn. Swing at shields. Give everything -1 AP. Exile 3 blue cards. Make it active. Swing again. All units then -2. Kill a unit. Because, as we said, Riddy's ability is effect damage gets minused as well. So it's a 6/7. Not doing the joke. But then again, exile 3. Do it again. Just keep going. It's kind of, if you think about it, arguably, this is better than Lupus. I hate to say it. This is better than Lupus. It's disgusting. They made Banshee Unicorn better than Lupus. Disgusting. That's fine. When we get Lupus Rex for Iron Blood Dolphin Season 2 stuff, hopefully it's just going to smash out of the park. But that's another one for the collection. Out of the way. Awakened Unicorn, come on. Oh, I see shiny. Well, it's us foil resource time. Oh, I just dropped. There's an array there. That's cool. Always like an array. Hexa. Longest name in the game. And a curious foil resource. There we go. Another one to the pile. That can go into the folder. And that is how I look at it. 2 down, 8 to go. Or really 9 if I count the LR plus, or sorry, the C++ version. Okay. We got a Grisser by Dynamis. Dortress High Mobility Command Wise Wallaby. Destined Battle. Bourgeonon. Esperanza. Rosemere Badham. The Goof. Turn A for what? Mornaray. Damage Control. Into Virtue. Okay. We've got 5 more packs on this side and more on that side, but we're getting close to the end. We've had some good cards so far. Can we break the SP curse from the last GD-03 box where we can actually get one? Can it be Ale Strike or can it be Barbatos, please? To be honest, I'll take most of them anyway. Most of the cards are really good. But either way, we've not seen, like I said, we've not seen our ults yet for this box, which is the important thing. We've got Loran. Ooh, Farraked. I forgot about Farraked. Another one of the legendary rares that we're missing. How can I forget about Farraked? Got Alan. There we go. Let's go into this one. The 6/4 Gundam Farraked is a 5/4 Breach 5 unit. This thing is fun. Once per turn, during your turn when one of your other Academy units receives battle damage from an enemy, place an EX resource. Very good. And it's once per turn. During your turn, though. But it means throw one of your units into another unit and get an EX resource. And then you can do all those disgusting Dawn of Fold abilities with it as well. Academy's ramping. Academy is starting to ramp. Could we see the Farraked ult art, though? That would be quite cool. You know, we've got to wish it into existence. There's a God pack still in this pile over here somewhere. I'm always going to keep asking for it. every set, every time I open a pack. Will it be the day? Will it be the day? It's not this pack, but it looks like we're getting an LR, though, which is good. Can we get Unicorn? Because I think Unicorn finishes the full set of legendary rares. When we did GD-03, Lupus was the only one that we were missing. We opened everything that we needed, but Lupus was the only one that we never got. But no, it is the ult art for Silver Bullet instead, which I'm not going to complain. I do like the ult. That is very pretty. And an EX base. Well, you can't complain, because at the moment we've cut down on, I think, what we've got 7 ult arts, so 3 from last week, 1 from this box, so it would be 4. Yeah, we've got like 8 ult arts for the set, which is good. We've not opened an LR++ yet, which is a shame. Oh, Hexer can go over here. But, like I said, hopefully we'll have the ability. Destiny would be quite fun to open. But, like I said, we are getting into that sort of point now where we're going to wind down with what we're opening anyway. We still got more to come anyway. Like I said, we've still got more ults. We've still got 1 more. We still have well, so we've got the C plus now. So that means what? Should have, actually that's a good point now, I've got to just double check the numbers now. So that's 2. So it's 3 LRs. So it's 8 per box. We've got 5 more LRs, 1 more ult. So we've still got a lot to come in these packs, which is good. Still more surprises to come, which is good. Like I said, maybe last pack magic. That's the best way to look at it. What will happen is I'll probably get the Unicorn Awaken mode, but as the ult, not as the main LR for the set. And then we're like, nope, you've got to wait for that one now. Got to start trading into it to get that last missing LR you're missing. Because how it should work is you buy 2 boxes and you pretty much can get all the LRs covered by them. Uso into another Penelope fight form. Very nice. Get that over there. Okay, that's half the LRs now. So 4 more. And these packs are being a bit tougher to open. They were ripping earlier, very easily. Always more choo-choo. Oh, just jumping over. Another Kikarego. Into an Airmaster. Okay, last stack. I think as we've got a bit of time now, as we've caught up, I'm going to leave those last 4 packs. And then we're going to go over, in that last bit of time, how we've got time. We can now go over I wanted to make sure we had enough time, and we can go over the basics of how to think going into the booster event. Just going to jump a bit more. That's fine. Straight into the rare. Raise Blaze Zaku Phantom. And turn A again. More turn A. And we get the turn A resource at the same time. What a pack. What a pack. Get both of them showing itself. Looks like it's another resource. Okay, let's jump. Okay, going into our rare. Nope, into our rare. GN armor D-type. Into V-dash. Another unicorn resource. Oh, it's going to be an LR. Can we get the unicorn? Can we get the unicorn to finish all the LRs? I'm going to jump to that bit. Psycho. Graham Union's Flag Custom 2. Oh. We get another tornado. Okay. I'm not complaining. Because we have this. So this is immediately going into my trades. 100%. Because we can hopefully utilize that. Double it is. But it's fine. We love the turn A ult. And hopefully we can use that to get one of the other ults that we are in need of. So that is a very, very nice hit still. But we've already got one in the collection. So for now, we will still sleeve it. So it is protected. There we go. As 10A was just there as well. There you go. Get the nice sight comparison of normal legendary rare and that lovely OR as well. Okay, so we've got all the ults now. Still a chance for an SP. Because I don't think the SPs count towards the... Let's go. Do the jump. From Finger Hat to Leopard. And a Silver Bullet. Into another Zeong resource. Okay. So we're coming down to those final 4 packs now. Where we can now go over the booster event. Kikorego. And another Zeong. No! Could we have another set where we're missing one LR? Oh, it's possible. It's possible. It's viable. We could be missing more LRs. Oh no. Oh well, packs are falling over the place now. God, this is getting crazy. We can hopefully get a unicorn in here. Here's a good question. How many have we opened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we should be getting the last 2 LRs in these packs, which is good. I mean, if this was in the booster event opening, that's not terrible. Cool. So at the moment, let's talk about the booster event. So at the moment, your stores, local stores, should be hopefully participating in the events. So most of the events, you should be getting 4 booster packs, which you'll build a 30-card deck from. What I'm hoping to do here right now for the next 15 minutes is just go over what to look out for and some helpful tips and tricks about building decks as well in the upcoming events that you'll be participating in. One thing that you'll be getting from the events, though, as a part of participation, is this very lovely Gundam area rebuild promo, which will also come with Sletter Mercury. So we'll quickly show this off on the camera, if I can get them out of the sleeve. So from the aerial that we've seen before, which is the uncommon, you get a nice foil version of it with a nice artwork pose as well. And then you have the lovely Soletta Mercury with Sophie in the background as well. Like I said, very nice artwork as well. So definitely worth going to your local store to pick these up as well as part of the participation for these events. because they are very lovely. Put them aside. So, booster event. You're going to get 4 packs. You're going to have to build a 30 card deck out of these. I'm going to do the unconventional thing of just opening all 4 packs now and get them on the side. We can maze and amaze if we can get the last missing LRs that we are desperate in need of. Who knows? Last pack magic. Could this be the god pack? Everything is in holds. It's not shiny. No. That's a shame. But there you go. You'll have your 4 packs to build from. What I tend to do first, when I open my packs, reviewing them, I like to put them in a level order to kind of get an idea. Because the one thing in Gundam, it's all about curve. And in a limited format, that is where this game is. So going through the cards, I normally just start putting them in level order to see where they sit. From there, then I start breaking them down into units, commands, pilots, bases, and things like that after. But just to kind of see where my card pool sits in general. So at the moment, we're starting to build up a nice spread between where the mid game sits at level 3 to 5. Oh, one of our rares, legendary rares was another Gundam DX, which is very nice. But we'll put that up the top end because that's quite a heavy unit to get. And generally, what I just tend to do is just like I said, keep putting that spread out. So at the moment, 4s is very heavy in sort of commands and pilots at the moment. We're not really seeing many units. We've got a few extras, but we want to be seeing where these units are turning up, because in any sort of game limited, so this is where I've played things like Magic. I didn't really play limited in Lorcana as much, but I know from my years of playing Magic, units, creatures is what's going to win you the game, and it's going to be very helpful. So at the moment, when we start seeing these units, it's going to be very helpful. We're getting very heavy in the 4s at the moment. It's getting very, very problematic. I mean, this might be a really bad pool to play with. If this was my limit event, I'd be generally quite set with this. Because 4s, it's just getting very stacked. Happy with the Bourgeonon. That's a great card to see. The 2s are building up now, which is good. Got some bases. Got the Gundam. Turn A is great. We've got the Gunvola, which is great. Exia. Overwhelming pressure. And Curious. Oh, we are literally coming down to that last pack now. Exia is a 2. Top one's a 4. My God, there's tons of 4s. Another Alan. 2, 5. Sword Strike. Soletta and Victory. Yep, we've gone through another whole set without a single missing LR, which is a shame. So we are missing a Unicorn Awaken mode, which is a shame. So that will be on my hunt now to get hold of. But let's talk about the limited card pool. So we've now got cards from level 1 all the way up to level 6, and then we've got a top end at 8. Really, when you're looking at building these decks, what you're trying to focus on is like looking for playable units. So at the moment, we've got 4 units in level 2, 1 as a level 1, and we've got a few commands sitting at this level. I don't know why I managed to put level 4 in the wrong pile. So level 3s are looking a bit more healthier at the curve. And then what's good is we've got a base there as well. 4s are a bit of a weird one because there's a lot of pilots in this set that are level 4 in this set, like a crazy amount of them. There we go. And literally that stack there is just pilots and everything else. I think this is one of these sets, if I was playing with this everything, I literally would have to play with near enough every single unit possible to get any value. Because I don't think I've got that many Academy ones as well. Not any Academy links. Yeah, so in terms of unit, that is it. That is our unit pool. So first things first, what I would normally work with is looking at the units available. I tend to play with 18 units normally in the sealed pool events because I find that number in a 30 card deck is just near enough 2/3 of the deck. One of the big things that I try and look for immediately is link value. So any of your units that have links, so things like here, the Doctor's High Mobility Command-Wise Wallaby is Vulture trait, which is great because it's not a specifically named pilot. It's just as long as a pilot has the Vulture trait, that means you can then play with that. From obviously what we looked over before, we know that we've got Enlil L. That is the perfect pilot for that one. It's Vulture, and as it's a low cost as well unit, we can potentially get that link quite early on as well. And the bonus with that ability where it can destroy any unit that's level 5 or lower just by doing battle damage is brilliant as well. So for me, this pilot then becomes a partial auto include into the deck because it gives me a link. And from playing Gundam as well, links win you games a lot. The ability to be able to play a unit, link it, and is able then to attack and progress the board state is always helpful. You know, in any state, the 2-1-2-2 Bourgeonon is always a great auto include. The event I played yesterday, I had two of them, and I immediately played both of them. If you end up going first and you're able to get that early on, you're no different to playing the aggro player, especially in like a Blurple or one year wash. You're playing your 2-1-2-2s down early. You're being able to hit the base early and destroy the base, and then progress through their shields unless they get destroyed. Exia is not terrible being a 2-3 for a 2-2, which isn't too bad. And then again, the G Falcon being a 3-1 blocker, it's helpful. I'd argue, say, you could easily play the full set of the two units at this point. Um, I don't think we got the link with Pala in this, so you do lose that value, but it's a blocker. There's not many cards. There's a few cards in this limited pool that will ping your units, but outside of that, it's not a problem at all. You can get away with a lot of it. Moving into like other things, you've got the League Militaire Victory Gundam. When it's destroyed, if there's another League Militaire unit in play, then you make the parts. Well, thankfully for me, we have Core Fighter and we have Victory, which is great. So the synergy's there for those units to try and make sure that you can get the value out of it. It is, forcing the idea of having to have them on the board, especially things like with Victory. When it attacks, you have to have all those units on the board. Even if this is destroyed, the parts do count towards League Militaire. But arguably enough, you could forcibly play that and make the most of it. And again, it's a free two. It's great early game. You can break a base with that as well, especially the X base. It helps towards progressing the board state as well. And even if you're pairing a 2-1 pilot to it, it then becomes a 5-3. It's going to help a lot of the early game. And again, if you can get the parts off this, the core fighter then gives the parts blocker thanks to that factor. So there's a lot of synergy there. And obviously, the bonus here is for those two units, if you have a League Militaire pilot, then you get the link. So were we fortunate? No. League Militaire was not on the cards for that value, which is understandable. So on that fact, we have. I don't think we've got any other Dawn of Fold units in this pile, so the Gunvola really doesn't get much bonus in getting that EX resource, but it's a free two again. So it sort of plays into that slot. If you get to turn 4, you could play two units at the same time. Garma's Dop's the one that I would be least lenient to play because it is just a 1-1 for free one. I mean, yes, you get to look at the top card of your deck, but in a limited environment, after you've played your shield, you've drawn your hand, you've got 19 cards in your deck. So, do you want to trash cards? Not really. With the pool as well, Esperanza's great. Makes it a little bit more valuable. It gives you two links to play with the Vulture. And as we say, Esperanza and Nell is pretty decent as a pairing as well. So easy enough to be an auto include. And as well, again, Gundam Exia, because you're playing in a very limited pool, a lot of early game units are going to be there. it's very much easy to drop this down and get the value of dealing 2 damage to an enemy unit. 2-1 is not great in the stat line, but again, with the availability of the units you've got in play, I think you can get away playing this. Like, if this is this thing, I'm playing with this pool. I'm restricted. I'll definitely be playing it. Zaccarello is the kind of one I'm a bit umming and knowing about. It's if I, again, I mean, how are we looking at the moment? 5 units, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and we've got more. Yeah, at this point, these two I can easily just take off the board. I mean, if there's more rubbish here, Zaccaria might come back, but the 4s are going to play more to us anyway. So we've got Sword Impulse being a 3/3, which is just going to be great. And again, you can deal 1 damage to this unit, and if you do, choose an enemy and then you can rest stuff out of the way. Again, it can take out a blocker, hopefully, if it's got less HP. Oh, it's 3 less AP. So yeah, you've got flat white. Most of the blockers early game are 3 AP, so you can rest the blocker out of the way so you can get in and start doing more damage. Turn A, pay 1 to make it 3/5. You're going to play it. We did get Trinity cards. So in this point, we've got the links for Zwei. Neon Xeon, don't think we got anything. No. But I think we did get. No, we didn't get the World Domination. Again, it's a 4/2, easy enough. The Swatchum Gallus, easily to play. Any pilot will give it any value. Even a 2/1 makes it a 6/4. Even a 1/2 like this makes it a 5/5. A lot of value here. So in terms of that, I mean, again, Alvator, we've not really got much other UN superpower block stuff in here at the moment, so we're not going to get much value. We've got a Haptism, I believe, so we're going to be playing the Curious. It's just very good. We're not going to say no to a 5/3. Again, Dynamis, the ability, if you don't kill something, it's still a 4/4. The Gundam, questionable, but then a 5/4 for 5/3 is easy enough. So these are the ones that we'd put down. We've got the link for Hallelujah and Hallelujah, so this will be a playable unit anyway. And then we've got the DX. So at the moment, we're looking at what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, that's not. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So even here, this is where I can start cutting down a bit more as well. I'd happily start cutting down. I mean, the next thing we want to be looking at is what bases we've got as well, because bases are going to be keeping us alive in the game. And in this pool, we got 2. So we are betting all our bases on trying to stay alive. So this is probably where we would start playing a bit more with the pilots and looking at more commands to keep us alive a lot more. So, like I said, we've got Trinity links, which is always good. So definitely Michael. What else we got? This is where stuff like we want to look for burst value right now. So we want to look at like this: bursting shields from bursting bases from shields is great, but what we want to do is try and make sure that our shields are valuable in terms of burst. So even if we only can get 2 bases, we've got a set of good pilots here that we've got link value between these 2 of the CB units that we've got, the Trinity ones. But again, Nina is just good on any unit as well. Nina is a 0/3 that can give anything support to, and if you think about it, even giving it to that, making it a 2/4 with support to, just turn the X here into a bit of a support unit instead, which is not too bad. At least it'll stick around a bit longer. Obviously, we've got the 2 links between Curious, which is fantastic with the Haptism, which is where you would sit and play it, and then Soletta being a 2/2 pilot is just generally quite good. And in some of this like mid to late game units, it's going to make it quite big and to deal with. It's a bit of a difficult one as well, because I said outside of this, we've got a few transams. So again, reformationist would actually work quite well because we've got a couple of transams. So again, we could, if it was, again, if this was in our trash and our shields, this would then put it back to a hand. It would work quite nicely. It's not reliable, But because of, again, this is where things like Destined Battle would come in handy because we don't have a lot of bases, so it can force the opponents to attack the units before they die. Yeah, again, we've got things like Graceful Demeanor, which would be playing, again, putting units back to hand. So this would be very much the sort of deck we'll be putting to play the stall tactics to get there as well. Again, Moment of Rest works very lovely there as well. Again, we didn't really get anything that can link with Superpower Block again, because again, Alice Sanchez would be good to put pilots out. Again, overwhelming pressure. Again, annoying. One academy unit. So again, indiscriminate violence, not great. It doesn't do a lot. It can get rid of something, but again, if you don't, means the Gondola can smack into something and destroy it, which is helpful. But this is kind of where I'd be sticking with a lot of it. So we had like 20, 21, 22 units there, 23 to 4, 5 to 6, 7, 28 to 9. I'd be looking, maybe cutting back a few of the units and looking at trying to play a bit more defensively here. Like I said, the commands are so important, and this is where in this pool, our commands are very helpful to try and stall the game out long enough that we can get our units in quick and defeat our opponent by breaking their shields. But obviously, our biggest problem is these bases. Only having 2 is very, very bad. Like it, I was playing with, I had open 5 yesterday and played 4 of them, so it makes a huge difference. I think one time, I think we did GD-01, and someone opened no bases in their packs, and it was crazy. But hey ho. But that is a bit of a dive into the limited pool. Some tips about what you're looking for in terms of curve. Hopefully, in the upcoming weeks when you do participate in the events, knowing some of the cards from the set as well and what to look out for will be helpful. And yeah, like I said, just have fun. And this is the thing, by not having the color restrictions in these limited events, you can just play with whatever you want. You don't have to stick to 2 colors. You just play with whatever you open, and you can make some fun and interesting combinations, which you may not be able to do in the main game. But this is now the ending of the stream because we are getting to the end. We've opened the 2 boxes, so we're just going to call it a day there. But thank you to everyone that has joined today and joined and enjoyed the boxes with me. Because like I said, I enjoy doing this content. End of next month, we'll have 2 more boxes. We'll have a GD2 and a GD4 box to open for the end of next month, so that'll be a lot of fun. So we can sort of look at 2 sets ago to now where we are with GD4. And like I said, we'll have more tournaments out. That will be interesting to see how the game has changed. Going into this week, we'll have Lethal Company tomorrow with Guppy and Paladin as normal. Hopefully, we should have Alex joining us potentially on the side. Thursday, we will be back with Dead Island Riptide as a part of our fortnightly streams between that and Code Vein. And after that, we will not be having streams on Sunday for the next couple of months. There's a few outside events and stuff like that's coming up, so it's going to be making it very difficult to do Sunday streams at the moment. But we will be still having the booster event at the end of next month, so we'll be aiming for either the 24th or the 31st of May. We should be aiming for doing the booster box openings for the next one. So just keep an eye out on Twitch and on the Discord server. I fixed the link for that now, so anyone that joins via that link on Twitch now will be able to join the Discord. But yeah, that is everything to go through today. Again, massive shout out to Players Paradise today for thank you for sponsoring the stream and obviously going with the booster box to help open on the stream. It was a lot of fun. Loved the cards we got today, so I always enjoy these streams. So thank you very much to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend whilst we've got a few hours left, and then we'll catch you tomorrow.